Okay, James, thank you very much. We have the Wildcats and the Paris Wildcats in a District 7 4A Division I game tonight, and a very important game it will be for both teams. The Wildcats come into the game with a record of 5-1. They are 1-1 in district play after their loss last week, 38-14 to Salina. And Paris comes into the game 5-2. They have a 2-1 district record, so they are a half game ahead of the Wildcats in the district standings. And obviously a key game tonight in the district, and the winner of this game going to be in great shape as far as heading for the playoffs. Wildcat football on KSST is brought to you by the Alliance Bank, Saputo Dairy Foods, Christus Mother Francis Hospital, Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op, Farm Country, Copy Products, Hooten Hardware, BT Medical, City National Bank, Wesley House Assisted Living, J. Hodge Chevrolet, and the University Interscholastic League. The pregame is presented by Super Handy. Halftime activities will be presented by Galleon Insurance, Hall Oil, and Super Handy. So, Tony Flippin, we saw the Wildcats last week get off to a good start against Salina, despite the fact that they lost their terrific quarterback Deuce Timmons from the first play from scrimmage, but the Wildcats still got out to a 7-0 lead. And really it was that second quarter that did Sulphur Springs in last week. The other three quarters they played Salina fairly evenly, but the second quarter was overwhelming.
It's just what a difference a week makes, because we were so fired up last week and got some injuries, and we're on pins and needles this week, or I am, so still have confidence in the guys, hoping for a win tonight, but it's going to be they're going to have to put some work in it. Yeah,
Deuce Timmons again will not be able to play. It's not clear. I'm not even sure if the coaches know for sure if it's a hairline fracture or a high ankle sprain, or if it makes much difference. But he was in a boot all week, and I do not look for him to play. Certainly will not play tonight, but it's unknown if he'll be able to play next week or when he may be able to play. There is some hope, certainly, that as the season goes along, he will be able to come back, and especially if the Wildcats make it to the playoffs. But he will be much missed. There's no doubt about that.
We need to get by this week, and then next week we can afford to have him out. But
right.
Then you got Lake Dallas and Frisco Panther Creek to finish up. So
Community next week on the road will be the game that the Wildcats will be looking for next week. So we want to thank our producer, James Terry, tonight. Also, Matt Jensen, our technical director and video producer. This game is streaming on YouTube, and you can watch along with us if you like. And we're going to take a break here and come back, and we will hear our conversation with Wildcats head coach Brandon Faircloth when Wildcat football continues on KSST. Wildcats football on KSST. I'm John Mark Dempsey along with Tony Flippin. Right now, two former Wildcat athletes being presented to the Gerald Prim Stadium crowd. Larry Pryor, Wildcat football player who went on to play at Texas A&M, and Dr. Jamie Sims Gold, Lady Cat golfer who had a great career at Southern Mississippi. And they are standing right now at the 50-yard line and being introduced to the crowd. Tony, I think you know at least one of those folks.
I know Jamie very well, being a golfer, and my boys, she was in the era where my boys were there. Quality person first and foremost, but she kind of made herself into a golfer. Her family loved golf, but when she got in, she wasn't real good, and she stayed with it and made it into something and got a scholarship, and now she's an optometrist. I'm not real sure where she lives, but very deserving. Larry was top of everything when he was here. First I heard of him was an 8th grade game where he was so much bigger than everyone else. Every time they threw the ball to him in the first half, I think he caught 8 passes and scored on all of them. Wow. And they had to take him out because it was just unfair.
Right.
But turned his athletics prowess into a scholarship at A&M, and quality person and a super athlete.
Well, it's a great event that they have. I don't know if it's annually, but it seems like it's annually
that you
have
year.
Hall of Honor inductees presented here. So Larry Pryor and Dr. Jamie Sims Gold are the latest Sulphur Springs Hall of Honor nominees. Well, the Wildcats and the Paris Wildcats tonight. Of course, the Wildcats coached by Brandon Faircloth, and he is in his 16th season as a head coach, 13 at Port Neches Groves, his 4th season here at Sulphur Springs. Overall, he is 131-63, and his record here at Sulphur Springs midway through his 4th season is 30-11. And the Wildcats are coached by Steve Hohenberger. He is in his 13th season at Paris, where he is 83-63. And his overall record in his 20th season of coaching is 104-114. He was coach at Irving Nimitz for several years before coming to Paris. Steve Hohenberger, the head coach.
He graduated from North Lamar, so he kind of went to the other side of town, but he's found a home, and he's a real quality guy. And, of course, the assistant AD is Chad Hellberg, who's my nephew, so I get a little bit of insight, but I hadn't had the chance this week to check and see what's happening. But I know a little bit more about Paris than a lot of schools.
This series with Paris goes back a long way to 1924, and Tony Paris has had the better of it. They have won 49 times. Sulphur Springs has won 35 times, and there have been 5 ties in that series. It is not the oldest series. I looked that up this week. The oldest series is with Greenville.
That's what I was thinking.
Which goes back to 1914.
Yeah. But we didn't play Paris during my years, but we had a dry spell in the 60s and 70s that we weren't very good. So
and Paris had
some lopsided. Yeah, they were good.
Paris had some very good years.
They were higher class too than we were. So when we played, it was like 6A to 5A. So.
Right. Wildcats won last year 28-14 at Paris, and in fact, Sulphur Springs has won the last 3 years, all under Brandon Faircloth. But going to be a tough one here tonight for the Wildcats.
This is that next man up mentality tonight, and so coaches have had all week to pump them up and get them put them in successful positions, and hopefully that's what will transpire tonight. We need a good effort.
Paris 5-2 on the season, 2-1 in district play. And we are about to have our invocation here at Gerald Prim Stadium.
Our invocation tonight is by sophomore Cash Willison. After he's through, remain standing for our national anthem by the Wildcat Band under the direction of Spencer Emmer.
Let us bow our heads. Dear God, we thank you for allowing us to come together tonight to enjoy this game. We ask that you watch over every player, coach, and official on this field. Keep them safe from harm and give them strength, focus, and clear minds as they compete. Help both teams to play with respect, discipline, and good sportsmanship no matter the outcome. Be with our families, fans, cheerleaders, drill team, and band members who are here to support and celebrate the spirit of this game. And remind us all that actions on this field are to glorify you. We never leave anybody. Thank you.
And now the national anthem coming up from the Sulphur Springs High School Band as the Paris Wildcat team takes the field. I think we might have got out of order as far as the planned
we had
pregame
2 fight songs and the anthem all going at one time, so you never know what'll happen. But it's close to football time now. Whatever's been happening is done.
Okay, we'll see if we I'm not sure if we had the anthem or not there.
Yeah,
they
were,
were.
Well, unless they were playing the fight song, but the band director got in. I think they played the anthem while Parrish played their fight song.
Well, we'll kind of hang loose here. I see the officials lined up at the 50-yard line as if they're expecting the anthem at this point.
Well, it got pretty loud.
Two teams are both lined up along the sidelines as if we will now have the anthem, so we'll see. Sulphur Springs and Paris from Gerald Prim Stadium and the Bill Bradford press box here tonight. And here we go with the national anthem. All right, so now we will resume with our pregame festivities here and official doings. We'll have the coin toss shortly. Paris, I was telling you, is 5-2. They are 2-1 in district play. They opened up with a 35-28 win over Sanger. They lost to Texarkana Pleasant Grove, 24-7. No disgrace there.
No.
They beat Van Alstyne 52-24. They beat White House 48-21. They defeated Lake Dallas in a close game. That's a district game, of course, 20-16. I was surprised, Tony, that they lost to Panther Creek 51-12. I was surprised that that game was
well, I think
one-sided.
Panther Creek has the opportunity to do that. So, well, yes, I am a little bit, but not a whole lot.
And then last week, Paris beat Aubrey 49-17. So if you're looking at comparative scores, that's pretty comparable to the Wildcat win over Aubrey 45-14. That would be the one team they have in common. We are having the coin toss right now. Gio Ibarra and Eric Rodriguez and also Alex McCormick and one other captain tonight for Sulphur Springs, and that is Lucas Shirley. Wildcats, by the way, wearing their black jerseys, which we see from time to time here tonight. The royal blue pants and the white headgear. And the Wildcats' colors are blue and silver. They look a lot like the Detroit Lions. Wildcats win the toss.
Won and receive. And I'm surprised at that.
Elect to receive. So Paris wearing the silver helmets, white jerseys, navy blue numbers, white pants with blue and silver stripes down the side. So Wildcats will have the football first.
That's a little surprising to me with our injury situation, but we may let's get after it. We're going to play ball. I've got confidence in the fellas.
80 degrees as we get underway. It'll be a pleasant evening. And winds are from the south, although they have died down now a good bit. They were kicking up quite a bit when I got in here about 5:30, but I don't see that they are blowing all that much, although the flags are kind of hard to see there to the south end zone, Tony.
It's a nice night, though. We can't call it football weather, but it's a whole lot nicer than it has been. This heat wave is holding on, but those people in the stands are going to be comfortable tonight.
Yeah. The most pleasant night that we have had this season was the first night, which was still in August, there in Mesquite, and that was almost cool.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that was by far the nicest.
I think we're supposed to be a little bit cooler, maybe in the 70s at Nevada next week.
Right. And Sunday coming up, Tony, might be a good day for golf.
Yeah. So we've got Dobson Martin and Jackson Hare back. Hare to the left, Martin to the right.
Kicker for Paris is left-footed James Mitchell. He's a sophomore. Has it teed up at the 40-yard line. Wildcats with their backs to the north goal. They will be going from left to right. And Mitchell with his hand in the air. And now he advances on the ball and puts a foot into the ball. He does kick it deep to Dobson Martin at the 5-yard line. And Martin lost the handle on the ball. There's a loose ball around the 15-yard line.
I think we got it, but it looks like we got it. Paris isn't jumping up and down. That hit him right in the chest and just bounded away, and he didn't get it. I don't know who.
Quinn Harris.
Okay.
Quinn Harris got it.
He was the up back right in front of him. So a fortunate bounce right off the bat for the Cats. But now we're going to start at the 16-yard line and head out.
So Mason Cooper starts at quarterback for the Wildcats.
The difference this week, he's had a week to prepare, so he's not going to have that culture shock of being thrown in at Salina last week. That was the worst of worlds, so this will be a little better for him.
So Mason Cooper, the senior, in the shotgun. On first down, they throw out in the flat, and the pass is complete.
Zero. Harris.
That's Quinn Harris that made the catch.
A little fake on the handoff to Jackson and a quick hitter. I think we're going to see that all night. I think we'll be heavier run this week because of injuries, but I also think that our passing game is going to be quick hitters.
2nd and 1 for Sulphur Springs from the 25-yard line. Quick pass into the flat to Quinn Harris, the tight end or H-back, and sometimes he lines up in the slot. Looks like the Wildcats changing the play here. Mason Cooper now takes the snap, and it hits off his hands, and he goes back and catches it and now recovers and tosses it out to Jackson Hare, but Hare going to be thrown for a big loss back to the 11-yard line.
That's one of those, it's hard to think of it, but if Jackson had been thinking good, he just drops that one for an incomplete. Let's go 3rd and 1.
Right.
So now we're going to have 3rd and 14. So that was not what we needed, and this is not what we can afford to do for the series either, is be behind the sticks this much on 3rd down.
So it'll be 3rd down and 14 from the 12-yard line. Wildcats moving left to right. Mason Cooper in the shotgun. Has it back to his left, and Cooper rolling out to his left and passing, and it is complete and close to a first down.
He may have it, depend on the spot. I think they're going to give it to him.
I believe that's Jackson Virgil with the catch, Tony.
If it is, that's a very big play. They put it on there. That's going to be 1st and 10. They hadn't moved any but the box.
They show 4th down over on the far side.
It's touching the hash, and that's where they put it.
Yeah.
So I don't understand. Now they're fixing to move it.
All right, now they signal first down.
You don't set it up on the hash and then move it. So that was a big play. Good job by Cooper squaring up. Good job by Virgil fighting for it because he didn't have the first on the regular play.
Yeah, good run after the catch, 14 yards on the gain. And on first down, a handoff here. They go between the tackles.
That's Dobson.
That's Dobson Martin on the carry, the junior. And he is hit at the line of scrimmage and may have lost half a yard or so.
He's hit at the line of scrimmage.
Back to the 25-yard line. We'll call that a loss of 1, make it still.
Now they're right on it. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, 2nd and 10. He really didn't lose more than maybe a foot.
A couple of inches or so.
Yeah.
Got Jackson Hare in the backfield with Cooper this time. Twins on each side.
Snap to Cooper. Back pedals. Moving up in the pocket. He will run it. Across the line of scrimmage to the 35 to the 40. Still on his feet across the far side and out of bounds around the 45-yard line. What a run by the senior quarterback, Mason Cooper.
46-yard line. That's a 20-yard scramble, and that was an outstanding decision by him. He read the field good and saw that the middle was opened up, and then when he cut to the Parish sideline, he got an extra 10 out of it, and then got out of bounds and didn't take a hit. Great play.
19-yard gain is what I have for Mason Cooper. Empty backfield on first down at the Sulphur Springs 46-yard line. Cooper in the shotgun, going to throw deep down the left side and a little bit short there.
That Jackson, yeah, I think that was Jackson. He tried to slow down and cut across it and couldn't quite do it.
Jackson Hare, yeah.
Thing you're going to see about Paris is they've got skill people that will come close to matching us. They're always good on the skill set.
You don't see Jackson Hare running a pattern down the field.
Not
like
to the sideline. He runs a whole lot more of them in the middle where he's got room to flare.
So second down and 10 for the Wildcats from the 46-yard line in Sulphur Springs territory. Cooper takes the snap, fakes to Jackson Hare.
This is big.
And they get it out to Quinn Harris, and he is running free down the sideline in front of us. Well into Paris territory. Big gainer here. Somewhere inside the 25-yard line he goes.
It's going to be at the 19-yard line, so that's
Paris territory, bumped out at the 20-yard line.
20-yard line, so that's a 34-yard catch and run. When all of Paris bid on the fake, and when he threw it out in the flat, there was nothing but green turf on that side. Great call.
Second catch of the drive for Quinn Harris, but that's the big gainer there. 34 yards, as Tony told you.
He was rumbling, though. It wasn't a speedster. I don't want to go racing, but compared to our speed darters, he's not quite as fast.
First down at the Paris 20. Man in motion from right to left. That's Jackson Hare. They give it off, and here's a big gainer. This is Dobson Martin inside the 5-yard line and out of bounds at about the 2. Yeah.
Good job. He read his blockers and flared out. Good job. We're behind. That's 2 Hooten Hardware first downs.
Oh, good. Thank you. Right. We also had the
first and goal. I think they're going to put it at the 3.
Yeah. Also, the Wildcats took the J. Hodge Chevrolet opening kickoff and started out at the 25-yard line, but then dropped back to the 12 on that big loss.
This is impressive. This will really give the offense and the whole team a good feeling if we can take this on in. First and goal at the 3.
Cooper under center. And there's a running play to the right side.
Got 1 out of it. Maybe, no, he's moving up. Got to the 1-yard line. So we got 2 out of that one. This is going to be, we don't get in the Philadelphia Eagle formation, but once he hit the line, everybody started trying to get in there and do a sumo.
I think that was Dobson Martin on the carry, Tony.
It was. I thought it was a Hare, but it could have been. Got Dobson back there this time.
Yeah.
We're going to have to start finding them beforehand.
Second and goal at the 1. And this time they give it to Dobson Martin.
It's coming. I didn't think that one. There's too much movement. That's going to hurt and bring us back 5. There was too much movement.
False start against Sulphur Springs.
So that's going to now make it second and goal from the 6.
Yep.
I knew that didn't look right, but that was a little slow on the flag, but then they shut it down.
So still second down, but from the 6-yard line.
We're not putting our bigs in, so.
Yeah, that would be an interesting move with the big defensive lineman, Truth Holmes.
We got Jackson Medlock back there as an extra blocker.
Okay, Jackson Medlock is one.
We got Hare in the Wildcat. Direct snap.
Direct snap to Jackson Hare from the 6-yard line on second down and goal, and
he gets to the 2.
Yeah, down to about the 2, I think. After they unstack, we'll see.
That's where I'm looking. No, he's at the 1. I'm looking at the official on the visitor side, so he's on the 1.
So one of the things I thought we might see this week is Jackson Hare in the Wildcat.
Yep. I think we're going to put some meat in on this play and see our big, and Jackson's going to be in there again. Yep. We got a lot of meat between the tight ends right now. We're going south.
Jackson Hare is the Wildcat back. He'll take a direct snap here. As Tony said, I think we have 3 blocking backs in there. Snap it to Hare, and he gets a good block, and he scores standing up.
Hooten Hardware first down on that scoring play.
Jackson Hare with the touchdown run for Sulphur Springs from the Wildcat. And that will be his 5th rushing touchdown and his 8th overall touchdown for Sulphur Springs this season. Good blocking over the left side.
Took 4 minutes and 42 seconds on that opening play, too, and a bunch of plays. You'll have that encapsulated.
Eric Rodriguez, 28 for 28 on his extra points this season. In for the try, and the kick is up, and it is good. 7-0, Sulphur Springs, 7:18 left to go first quarter. Wildcats score on their opening drive. And this is Wildcats football on KSST. The drive is 84 yards in 11 plays for Sulphur Springs.
There you go.
And they actually got pushed back to the 12 on that snap that got away from Mason Cooper.
We lost 14 yards.
He passed to Jackson Hare, who was tackled for the big loss.
And then had a 5-yard penalty.
The big play on the drive, though, was that 14-yard pass to Jackson Virgil that got him the first down.
Mm-hmm.
They were in the hole.
Big effort by him, too, to get that last yard.
And a 34-yard pass to Quinn Harris on the drive, too. That was a beautiful play.
Just a confidence builder for the Wildcats in general right there. That gives everybody some hope in the offense. Now let's see if the defense can get after it. Looks like he's going to kick it deep.
7-0, Sulphur Springs. Paris about to have the ball for the first time as the senior Eric Rodriguez advances on the ball and kicks it to the 8-yard line. And here will be the return for the Wildcats, and they will not get to the 20. Great coverage by the Wildcats.
I'm kind of lucky we didn't have a flag there because they blew the whistle and we took him on down. But good job of coverage. Going to start about the 18.
Hit by James Johnson.
So James Johnson gets credit for the tackle there, and the Wildcats defense.
That's really good coverage with the fact that he caught it at the 8. That's just a 10-yard return.
Right.
That's really good coverage.
Defense will be in good position here as Paris will be starting out from the 18-yard line. Of course, the Wildcats themselves started out from the 60. We do have the Paris Wildcats as well as the Sulphur Springs Wildcats, so anytime we say Wildcats tonight, we'll be referring to Sulphur Springs. Paris goes from the spread. They have Tyler Heath, the junior quarterback. It's a bubble screen to the near side, and they get out to about the 22-yard line on the play.
82, that's Fabian Brown.
Quick pass out to Fabian Brown, goes for about 4 yards.
It'll be second down, and we'll call it 6
Second down, 6
for Paris. Ball on the near hash mark as they move from right to left. Again, the empty backfield, 3 wide to the right, 2 wide to the left. Changing the play, Tyler Heath, the junior quarterback. Standing in the shotgun. And takes the snap and whistles as the play gets underway. Must be.
Yep. So they're going to get their 5 yards back.
That takes away that 4-yard gain.
Yep.
On first down and puts them behind the chain slightly.
Paris has come up evidently with another in their series of quarterbacks. They always seem to have a good quarterback that gives Sulphur Springs fit. This year it's old Heath.
He's a terrific scrambler. I watched him on video this week, and he is also a terrific basketball player. We saw him during basketball season.
He was one game for sure.
A dead shot from the 3-point line. And he will run here. He takes a step to his right, then cuts it back, runs up the middle, gets to about the 20-yard line.
Good job there. I think that was Alex King cut him down, and somebody else held him. So 3rd and 3.
Alex King tripped him up.
No, that's 3rd and 7 or 8. There we go. 3rd and 8.
3rd and 8, yeah. Big play. Wildcats lead at 7-0 midway through the first quarter. First possession for Paris. Heath again appears to be changing the play. And again, empty backfield here. 3 wideouts to the far side, 2 to the near side. Snap to Heath. He's a threat to run. Rolls out to his right and will throw into the flat on the far side. I believe that was caught. And if so, then it'll be close to a first down.
He got the first down. He got past the chains. Their numbers are a little thin for me.
They are hard to read.
15?
Well, that would be...
That's 15.
That would be Jay Baugh, their great running back.
Jaron Baugh. Okay, Baugh.
great football name. I don't know if he knows that or not.
We lucked out there because if he'd have looked deep, their wide out just ran straight down, and he ran right past everybody.
Now they're showing still 4th down. Was that ruled?
I guess it was
pass?
incomplete.
And so
good. I don't think we realized it because we had nobody back. But that went straight up, and Gio Ibarra caught a fair catch at the 44-yard line. Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
We thought that Ball had made the catch over on the far side. Sometimes it's hard to see, but then they did not move the down marker. And on 4th down and 8, Tyler Heath, standing in the shotgun, more or less got away a quick kick. And the Wildcats in great shape here at the Paris 44-yard line.
That's a strange bit of events right there, because I don't think we realized that they were still sitting at 4th down, or we'd have put somebody back, but he kicked it so straight up that Gio didn't have to go anywhere.
It's a 24-yard punt for Tyler Heath, the Paris quarterback. So 1st down at the Paris 44-yard line. Mason Cooper, play action pass, going deep, has a man up there, and overthrows it.
Put some air under it, you got a touchdown. Jamorian Jeffrey had him beat by about 4 yards, so Mason would like to have that one back. But really good protection from that offensive line. He had plenty of time, stepped into it, and if he'd have just put a little more height on it, I think we have 6.
It'll be 2nd down and 10 from the Paris 44-yard line. Wildcats lead it 7-0. 5:27 left to go in the first quarter. Sulphur Springs an 84-yard drive on their first possession. Jackson Hare had the 1-yard touchdown run from the Wildcat. Now 2nd and 10, they give it off up the middle, and it's going nowhere.
Lost about a yard on it. We can tell Jackson by he's got that extra hat on his helmet, so no Wildcat logo, so that's how we can see him.
That was Jackson Hare.
3rd down.
So 3rd and 11, a short 12, long 11. We need to get at least 1 first down out of this trip.
Loss was back to the 46-yard line. Mason Cooper in the shotgun. There are 3 wide to the near side, 1 to the far side as they move left to right. Jackson Hare to the left of Mason Cooper, the quarterback, changing the play here.
We need to go deep middle because they're showing a little bit of pressure from the safety. We got 3 over here. Somebody needs to run a post.
Play clock down to 5. They snap it, and here it is to Jamorian Jeffrey. Is this a
just a little bubble screen?
And
Jamorian
Jeffrey all the way to the 20-yard line on the near side before he's run out of bounds.
And he just gave them 15 back by being a dummy because he waved at the kid after he got in there. You got to have more sense than that. Still going to be a first down at the 20-yard line, but we're going to end up losing 15 and start 1st and 10 at the 35.
Was a tunnel screen where the wide receiver runs toward the center of the field before he receives the ball, and he was in the open field almost immediately.
Yeah. Their safety showed blitz real early, and that's why I said they need to do something deep, but the bubble screen showed just as much. Yep. 15-yard penalty. It's still going to be 1st and 10.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. We get so it's going to go to the 35, like I said.
The call was taunting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to have better sense than that. That's just individualizing yourself and hurting your team. But they see it on TV, and that gets me going on Friday nights. Biggest one thing is, 1st and 10, 4:27 left in the first, and we're in shape to take it in again.
The offense so far just looks excellent.
It's very basic.
Paris, yeah.
That's the deal, and I think that's probably by design. But the more basic it is, then we might open something up. But if it's working, why not stay with basic? We drive it in right here.
Now, discussion here between the officials, Tony, at the line of scrimmage. Not sure what this is about.
It's where it needs. They're wanting all the other official to come in. I don't know what's going on. Oh, they're moving the chains. They hadn't signaled first down. But since it was a dead ball foul and we had gained the first,
right,
it had to end up being a 1st and 10. In years past, we'd be 1st and 25. But they changed all of that, softened it up. If they'd left it the other way, we wouldn't have as much taunting.
Yeah, good point. So So first down at the Paris 35-yard line rather than the 20.
They're so susceptible deep. They've got nobody deep. Their safety is the linebacker. They're
Snap
just
to Cooper. Now they give it to Dobson Martin off the left side. Big hole for him. And Dobson Martin inside the 15-yard line, out of bounds somewhere around the 10-yard line.
Good yardage down inside the
Wide
20.
open for him off the left side.
23-yard gain, first and goal, Hooten Hardware first down at the 7-yard line. They're putting everybody basically linebacker depth, and they're stacking all their biscuits on catching you there. So we could open up for some big plays tonight if they stay like that.
28-yard run by the junior Dobson Martin. First and goal at the 7. Wildcats lead at 7-0. Mason Cooper, the senior quarterback, in the shotgun. The ball is on the far hash.
Yep.
As they move to our right. Single setback. And that is Jackson Hare to the right of Mason Cooper. He rolls out to his right, throwing, and incomplete. Intended for, I think that was Quinn Harris in the end zone there for Sulphur Springs.
Okay, and we also, Cooper's helmet came off, so we're going to have to see one play more than likely with Jackson running Wildcat, but at least we're in the area where that's not a very bad deal.
Well, by the way, we should have settled that first touchdown by Jackson Hare. Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op says way to go Wildcats. We're late in that duty, but we did it now. Maybe we'll get to say it again here in a moment.
I think we might.
Second and goal at the 7.
Martin's 2 runs have been uncharacteristic. They've actually gotten out on the wide side of the field.
Right.
He's normally a chalk line to the goalpost, so that's been interesting.
So it does look like it will be Jackson Hare in the Wildcat formation. And he fakes the handoff, keeps it himself.
There he goes.
Going to his left, cuts it back, scores, standing up, his second touchdown of the first quarter. 13-0 Sulphur Springs, and Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op says way to go Wildcats.
And a Hooten Hardware first down to go along with it. Straight up 4 minutes left in the first with the extra points, all that stands in the way of a 14-0 lead. And this has to have Paris a little bit shaken up. So I figured they thought they were going to come in and get this.
Long way to go.
Yeah.
Here's the extra point by Eric Rodriguez on the way, and it is good as always. He's 30 for 30 this season now. 14-0 Sulphur Springs. 4 minutes to go first quarter. This is Wildcats football on KSST. It's a 44-yard drive in 6 plays for Sulphur Springs. Big play on the drive was the 28-yard run by Dobson Martin to the 7-yard line.
And he nearly took it to the house. The defensive back had to take an angle on him to get him. Great job by the Wildcat offense this week. Completely revamped due to injuries. We're only missing one, but the style is so much different right now.
Jackson Hare, the 7-yard touchdown run. That gives him 6 rushing touchdowns and 9 touchdowns overall for the season. Eric Rodriguez has it teed up at the 40-yard line for the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff. Advances on the ball, and it will come down at the 15-yard line. Here's the return for Paris, out across the 25 to the 26-yard line. And on the return, that is
Keyshawn Roberts.
Keyshawn Roberts, right.
James Johnson being announced as having been in on tackle. So the Wildcat defense will go back to work. Going to start at the 27-yard line, maybe 27.
While we get a chance, we'll give credit to that Sulphur Springs offensive line. Big Vincent Johnson, Aiden McCarroll, Josh Lopez, Jeff Stevenson, and Dadrian Day Berry.
They've done a yeoman's work in this first quarter.
But now it's time for the Wildcat defense to shine. Here's the snap to Tyler Heath, and they hand off here to it was a pass instead of I took the fake myself, and the pass to the left side goes to Again, the receiver from the first possession, Fabian Brown.
Preston Nottingham got in there and got the tackles. They're still putting twins on each side.
Gain out to the 31-yard line, so this is 2nd down and 6.
Both teams line up like they're going to snap it quickly, and they are letting the coaches see what they want to call. Then they're calling their play based on what the reaction is.
Heath in the shotgun takes a step back, and again the pass is to the left side and is caught by receiver Fabian Brown.
We've got a cat down, number 6, Cameron Jeffrey. We had several people come in and get in on that tackle, so hopefully he just got kind of fallen on. He's getting up, but he's already up and just a little ginger. It's going to be 3rd and 1 on this one. Very impressive how the Wildcat defense attacks and pursues once the ball is thrown or once it's passed. They don't quit. They get after you.
Kamorian Jeffrey walking off the field with some assistance. We're going to have a 3rd down and 1, Tony.
Yep.
At the 36-yard line.
2:48 in the first. Clock will start running on the ready. This would be a huge play if we could stop them right here and force another punt in this first quarter.
14-0 Sulphur Springs. A couple of touchdown runs by Jackson Hare from the Wildcat formation with Deuce Timmons out this week. 3rd and 1.
They got him.
They give it to the big back Jay Baugh, and he is going nowhere over the right side.
I'm thinking that is I'm drawing a blank today. That was Holmes.
That is Truth Holmes.
He's
and he's
52 in the black.
In the black jerseys, yep. He wears 52. That's right.
So it's 4th down and 3 now, and they're lining up like they're going to go, but I bet you he backs up and kicks it. They're
Wildcats have nobody back.
Yeah, they're seeing if we'll jump. I don't think they'll go for this because he's the punter.
Now
too.
He drops back.
Yep.
About 8 yards, high snap, and he will kick it.
And it's going straight up, so just get out of the way.
And it goes to the far side and out of bounds.
39-yard line.
40-yard line. 39?
Well, now that's where they put it, 39-yard line. Minute 50 left, 14-0 Wildcats. Your Wildcats pacing this game right now. So we've got time to get another score in the first.
So it's another short punt there for Sulphur Springs.
He can't afford to step into it, and he's too close to the line. He's going to be kicking like that all night if they're going to use that position.
Well, it's not as bad as I thought, though. It's a 33-yard punt. High school standards.
It was about a 10-yard bounce out of it, though.
Right. 14-0 Sulphur Springs. Wildcats from their 39-yard line. Mason Cooper in the shotgun rolls out to his right. Passing. Caught near the 50-yard line by Jackson Hare.
Nice pass. Threw it a little bit down low where Jackson's the only one. Cooper's quite impressive this first quarter. I know his heart rate's a whole lot better right now. Mine is. I have confidence in him, but it's just kind of like Dak Prescott and Cooper Rush. So, you know, Cooper's a heck of a quarterback last year, but it's just not the same. But he's making us forget about Timmons for now.
First down Wildcats at the 50. Handoff going to the right side on the running play.
That's Jackson.
And that is Jackson Hare, who picks up another 5 yards.
I forgot Hooten Hardware first down on that previous play, too, so I'm going to catch up there. 2nd down, 6.
Yeah, they give him the 46 rather than the 45. So 2nd and 6, under a minute to go in the first quarter. It has been a very, very impressive first quarter.
This is something else for me.
Quinn Harris lined up as the H-back behind the right tackle. Snap to Mason Cooper. Hand off Jackson Hare. Slices through the line over the right side. Lowers his shoulder and gets to the 39-yard line in Paris territory.
Another Hooten Hardware first down. They're giving him the 38. 37 seconds and running if they want to. No, we're going to have to run one play. They started the clock, so we'll have to run one more play.
So that was 7 yards on the game by Jackson Hare, the Wildcat senior.
Yep, he's still back in the backfield this play.
Sulphur Springs moving to the south end zone at Gerald Prim Stadium. Snap to Cooper. Jackson Hare takes the handoff between the tackles and runs into some resistance and bounces off that first tackler, but is able to get to about the 36, so maybe a gain of 2.
Yeah, it wasn't much, and that's going to do it for the first quarter.
Wildcats 14, Parrots nothing. After 1 quarter of play, and Sulphur Springs threatening again at the Paris 36-yard line. This is Wildcats football on KSST. Wildcats football brought to you by Alliance Bank, Saputo Dairy Foods, Christus Mother Frances Hospital, Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op, Farm Country, Copy Products, Hooten Hardware, BT Medical, City National Bank, Wesley House Assisted Living, J. Hodge Chevrolet, the University Interscholastic League. Pre-game is presented by Super Handy. Halftime presented by Galleon Insurance, Hall Oil, and Super Handy. The Wildcats lead at 14-0 as we start the second quarter. It's 2nd down and 8 at the Paris 36-yard line.
Total domination by your hometown Wildcats in the first, so now let's see if we can keep it going.
They had an 84-yard drive and a 44-yard drive, both capped by rushing touchdowns by Jackson Hare. Play action pass, whistles as the play gets underway.
Had a touchdown in the books, and had it, so we're going to go back 5. Another illegal procedure, and that's been something we've been real good about. 18, so he was out on the wings. Jamorian. And I'm not sure if he's the one that was, no, it was Harris is the one that caught the ball, so he'll be a little sour at him.
This pushes the ball back to the 41-yard line, and the Wildcats will be behind the chain, 2nd down and 13. Line to gain will be the 28-yard line.
But I just can't get over this Paris lineup for the defense. They've not got anybody more than about 8 yards deep at the snap.
Well, I think they are expecting Sulphur Springs to completely rely on the run.
Look at right there. That's 7 yards. If you snap the ball right now, with our quality of receivers, I'd run all 4 of them straight down the field.
Wildcats have 3 to the near side, 1 to the far side. Snap to Cooper. This is a run-pass option, and the pitch back to Jackson Hare, going wide, and he makes the corner and is down to the Paris 26-yard line.
Hooten Hardware first down. Good play there. Once again, if Paris doesn't get you at the line of scrimmage, they're chasing. They're putting everybody. That play, that 7 yards, was their deepest defender. I don't understand it, but I sure like it from our side.
15 yards on the gain by Jackson Hare. Tony, that was the option play that time with Mason Cooper.
And he looked very steady. He took on 2 guys rushing him from the corner. Perfect pitch, and Jackson caught it in stride, and it was just a race to the sideline.
First down from the 26. Jackson Hare takes the handoff, picking his way, and going to be brought down around the line of scrimmage.
Chris Garcia is one, number 11, and Robert High told us we'd be calling his name all night. He's the middle linebacker. Robert High was a visitor in here. He was one of my referee mentors from Bill Matting's crew way back in the day, so it's always a pleasant surprise.
He's on the Paris radio crew tonight.
We always see him and look forward to seeing him when we go to Paris, but I didn't know he came here, so pleasant surprise. Robert's a good guy.
Nice gentleman. 2nd down and 10. Wildcats on the Paris 26, near hash mark, now going right to left. And this one goes to Dobson Martin, and going off tackle to the right, breaks a tackle and crosses the 20-yard line to about the 18-yard line before he's taken out of bounds over on the far side.
Took the referee out too. It's going to be 3rd and 2. We had motion from the wide out on the right side coming back toward tight end, and then they sent Dobson where he came from, so they got the defense moving in, went outside. Good play.
I'll tell you, I go to practice usually Tuesday afternoons, and Peter Medlock, the offensive coordinator works with the offensive line. It's amazing the variations they practice. If this defensive player moves in a certain way and this one moves another way, it's much more complicated than people imagine.
Yeah.
They do a great job. Timeout, Paris, with a 3rd and 2 coming up. Tony, I think we'll stay right here in the Bill Bradford press box because we don't want to miss this 3rd and 2 play coming up. Wildcats lead it 14-0 and threatening more with a 3rd down and 2 at the 18-yard line.
We sure appreciate this Bill Bradford press box after last week and looking forward to next week, too. We've sure got the best amenities around here.
I mean, absolutely. So, Lina, we had to climb to the top of a visitor stands. I don't know how many rows that was, but my hip is still letting me know about it.
I was glad my bladder reacted proper and I didn't have to go but just once to it and once back.
So here we go on 3rd and 2 at the 18 for Sulphur Springs. Now is this the
this is the big boys. Not quite, but we're in 4-down territory. Jackson's back there.
You got Hare in the Wildcat.
Yeah, you got 2 guys right up the middle. This is where he'll just kind of see an opening.
Snap to Hare. Hare using his blockers over the left side, and he will have the 1st down easily. He's across the 15 down to about the 11-yard line.
About the 11, that's another Hooten Hardware 1st down. I was afraid Jackson was a little slow, but it was just quite a pile there. So good job again, and he did what he normally does. He kind of really just hesitates half a second, sees where the C's are going to part, and there he goes.
With him in the Wildcat, it's a lot like having Deuce Timmons in there.
It is, and they're doing the same thing here. This may be the inside red zone offense for tonight, and it's sure not bad.
Again, Hare in the Wildcat. Got 2 blocking backs behind the line. Again, the snap to Hare. He goes between the tackles. And running tough, gets inside the 10 down to about the 7-yard line.
Got about 4. I want to be interested to see if he throws off of it, because if with him
I think that's a possibility.
With him back there, I look for him maybe to let him throw one. They had a single receiver up top. We got twins up top, 3 up top now. So Cooper's back in. This is not Wildcat.
Right. Yeah, they're back to their normal offense. 3 wideouts to the far side, 1 to the near side. Mason Cooper back in at quarterback in the shotgun. He does have Jackson Hare to his left. Option play, pitch to Jackson Hare at the 5 and run out of bounds inside the 5 at the 2.
Good job. That's the same play that went out in the middle of the field, and Cooper's doing an outstanding job of drawing them to him and pitching. He's hit Jackson in stride both plays.
Now they come in with the big guys again.
Yep, second down.
Includes Matthew Jeter and also Jackson Medlock coming in, and there's one other.
Well, they bring Quinn Harris in. He's right behind them, but you got the Wildcat again, 2nd and 1 at the 2. So you can get a 1st down. So we got lots of opportunities here.
Snap to Jackson Hare. Hare this time meeting stiff resistance from the inside of the Wildcat defensive line, Paris Wildcat defensive line.
Might have lost a half a yard on that one, but it'll still be. They're saying 4th down.
Yeah,
I think it's 3rd. I think they hit the clicker twice over.
The down marker says 4th down.
I'm going with the scoreboard on this one.
But it looks like the field goal unit is coming onto the field here, Tony.
Well, yeah, they are going 4th. Okay. So that's a good job by the Paris Wildcats to hold up there. Again, we were very plain but dominant. Get 3 points out of it, and let's go.
Matthew Jeter is the snapper. Mason Cooper is the holder. Eric Rodriguez will attempt a 20-yard field goal pretty much straight on, and that's just about like an extra point, and it was good. So the Wildcats go up 17-0 over Paris with 8:07 left to go in the first half. This is Wildcats football on KSST. 17-0, the Wildcats with the lead, a 20-yard field goal by Eric Rodriguez, and Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op says way to go Wildcats for that Eric Rodriguez field goal. He is now, 3 of 4 on his field goals this season.
I've been watching their number 2. He sure is quick off the ball. If we have any sort of a bobble, they're going to get a block out of it.
That drive for Sulphur Springs was a 56-yard drive.
And that's probably the longest we've had all night.
Wildcats have scored. Well, no, they had the 84-yard drive.
Oh, that's right, on
to
the
start.
opening drive. Yeah. That's right.
Wildcats have scored on all 3 possessions so far tonight. Here's the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff with Eric Rodriguez advancing on the ball. And he does kick it deep. And it is taken at the 5-yard line. Return to the near side. And a little crease there. And he is still on his feet, and this is Keyshawn Roberts, who's a dangerous man, and he is brought down finally at the 28-yard line.
Yep, good return. He used his blocker, and so this is the best field position Paris has started with.
Keyshawn Roberts handled the kick back inside the 5, brought it out across the 25. Tackle made by Matthew Jeter.
Matthew Jeter, the tackle. I was waiting to see if our public address announcer, Kevin Woolley, would tell us who made the tackle, and I thought it was.
We got somebody down there at where the pile was. Can't identify that yet.
I thought it was Matthew Jeter. We'll take a break here with the Wildcats leading 17-0. This is Wildcats football on KSST. Kamorian Jeffrey coming off the field for the Wildcats on his own power.
Looks like that same leg he went out with earlier, so he may have just a re-aggravation. I hope everything's good. He's walking better now.
So first down Paris now moving from left to right toward the south end zone at Gerald Prim Stadium. Tyler Heath in the shotgun. Takes the snap, handing off. And this is Jay Baugh, I believe, plowing ahead over the right side to the 33-yard line.
Preston Nottingham was the first one to hit him, but he kind of shed off of him. But another set got him for about a 4-yard gain.
He's their top ball carrier. I said before it's a great football name. Of course, I was referring to Sammy Baugh, who I think is one of the most underrated football players ever. Here's the bubble screen over to the far side. Behind 3 blockers, it is complete, and he'll be close to a first down over on the far side.
They had 4 receivers over on that side and just threw a bubble screen, but they had a single receiver over here, and Robert was telling us a lot of times they'll put 3 on one side and go deep with the 1, so I'm going to be watching for that. We got a wide side here.
I think that was Keyshawn Roberts with the catch.
Yep, I believe so.
Up to the 38-yard line. And they're still
same formation flipped right here. 4 receivers over here. I'm watching deep.
They finally moved the chains, Tony. Yep. That's what I was watching to be sure it was a first down. It is a first down. What were you just saying now? You've got
I'm watching the one that's single coverage up there. Nope, they did that same bubble over here. They just flipped it.
And this is again Keyshawn Roberts who makes the catch behind 3 blockers and comes to the sideline in front of us.
Got
out of
4
bounds
again.
At about the 43-yard line.
Completion out to Roberts.
So they're just trying to put more numbers out there than what our defense has, because we're not going to put 4 people that far out. And if we don't put it out there, they're going to throw it. So now twins on each side.
2 in the slot, 2 wide. Back to the right of the quarterback, Tyler Heath. And that is Jay Baugh. And again, Heath looking to the sideline for the play with plenty of time on the play clock, 12 seconds.
6:28 in the second quarter to halftime in a rolling clock.
Wildcats leading 17-0. And a pass to the far side is complete in the flat, and a gain across the 45 up to about the 47 or 48-yard line, close to a first down.
1, I think, or less than 1.
I've got this as Jacabrian Record who made the catch.
Nope, they're moving it as they're giving him first down. I think they gave him a pretty good spot, but that's all right. So 1st and 10 from the 49.
First down, Paris.
6 yards on that gain. First
down.
Third
straight little swing pass.
Right.
Left, right, left. So it ought to be over here if they're keeping him step.
Again, 2 wide and 2 in the slot to either side. Tyler Heath, the junior quarterback in the shotgun.
There it is.
And the bubble screen to the near side. This is, once again, Keyshawn Roberts but this time one of the
James
Wildcats.
Johnson got him and held on. That was what they did. We didn't have the strength over here, and they went to the weakest side where our Twins were, but Johnson did an outstanding job, and he nearly slung past him, but he hung on to his shirt and then wrapped up.
I was about to say a great job of an open field tackle there by the cornerback James Johnson for the Wildcats. 2nd and 10. Paris at its own 49-yard line. 5:25 and the clock is rolling.
Empty backfield on this one. We haven't seen Heath run yet, I don't believe.
No, I'm surprised by that.
Yep, it's coming.
Snap to Heath. Backpedals, lots of time, surveying the field, and there he goes. He crosses the line of scrimmage, and he is a dangerous scrambler. Yep. He slides down at the Wildcat 36-yard line.
He's going to still get a first down, so that was coverage forced him into it, but he did a good job once it was there. But good job by the Wildcat secondary that nobody was open.
14 yards on the gain by Tyler Heath. He is a scrambler.
Clock running at 4:45.
Sulphur Springs leading 17-0. Snap to Heath, empty backfield. Bubble screen to the far side. They've moved right down the field with that.
I thought the ref was pulling for his flag to call a block in the back, but he wasn't, so going to give him 3rd and 1.
Nice gain there.
2nd and 1. 2nd and 1.
I think that was Jacabrian record again with that catch.
Yeah, they're just throwing a little flare each time till we stop it. This has been their best offensive series to this point.
9-yard gain. This is 2nd down and 1 at the Sulphur Springs 28-yard line. Ball on the far hash. They move left to right. Wildcats almost had a man jump offside, but he gets back. He slipped down, had to crawfish backward.
He was pedaling on his butt, wasn't he? Now it looks like we're going to have a timeout by Paris.
And that will be their first timeout. With 4:35 to go until halftime, Sulphur Springs leading 17-0. This is Wildcats football on KSST. Wildcats have a 1-yard run by Jackson Hare, capping their first drive, an 84-yard drive in 11 plays to start the game. Then Jackson Hare, a 7-yard run, capping a 44-yard drive following a short Paris punt, and then a 20-yard field goal by Eric Rodriguez. As the Wildcats drove from their own 39-yard line to the Paris 2-yard line, but had to settle for the field goal. 17-0, the Wildcats. This is the first threat by Paris, Tony.
Yeah, and I don't know what they were complaining about, but Hohenberger was feeding the referees pretty good over there when he called that timeout, so he'll get with you. 2nd down and 1.
Tyler Heath has Jay Baugh step to his right. Play action
blitz.
Pass. And there goes Heath down at the 40-yard line.
Ooh, I thought we were going to get a face mask, but evidently it got him inside his shirt. I think that was 32.
I do too.
Number 32, T.J. Bolden.
T.J. Bolden, he came through and hung on for dear life. That's a huge play there on 2nd and 1. Now it's 3rd and 10.
That is a loss of 10.
3rd down and 10.
T.J. Bolden, 24 tackles coming into the game, but 4 tackles for loss.
Well, the referee was right there looking at him, and I was sure afraid he was going to get a face mask, but he got him on his shirt, so he must have got his collar.
3rd and 10, the line to gain is the 28-yard line. Snap to Heath.
Going deep.
And he pumps and now throws deep and has a man out there for a touchdown.
That's
beautiful
what they're setting up.
Throw and catch.
Yep. That's why they've been throwing those outs, and he did a pump, and the boy never broke stride. His perfect pass from Heath.
Jacabrian Record, who had a couple of catches on that drive, wide open at about the 5-yard line.
Well-designed play, and that was set up by about 4 or 5 previous plays when they kept just throwing to the wing.
38-yard touchdown pass, and all of a sudden it's a ball game again.
Yep.
Here's the extra point for Paris. Left-footed kicker, soccer style.
Just barely got through.
It is good. That's James Mitchell, the sophomore, who makes the extra point. 17-7 with 3:41 left to go in the first half. This is Wildcats football on KSST. 72-yard drive for Paris in 9 plays. 38-yard touchdown pass from Tyler Heath to Jacabrian Record, wide open.
About 5 straight, just little swing passes, and on that one, he faked it and we bit, and he was gone quickly. And it was the same situation that Mason Cooper had earlier. They were just able to connect on it, but that's all right. Wildcat defense still made them work for it. 3:41 left to halftime. Paris will get the opening kick for the second half, so we really need to run the rest of the half out and put some kind of points on here.
Mitchell will kick off, and this will be the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff here by James Mitchell.
Hare to the left, Martin to the right, deep as normal.
Not much wind here. We did have a south wind late this afternoon, but it's pretty much died down now. Mitchell kicking to the south end zone. And the left footer hits it and comes down at about the 15-yard line.
There we go, nearly.
And the return out to cross the 30 to the 35-yard line.
Going to start at the 36. Good north-south running by Jackson, and he nearly broke through there. He had somebody hold on to it. So 1st and 10 at the 36 going out. Let's see if we can put more points on with 3:36 left to go at the halftime.
Wildcats will be moving to the north end zone at Gerald Prim Stadium. Next week, the Wildcats on the road at Community.
1st and 10 Wildcats.
Not an easy place to find, Tony.
No, but it's not as bad as a couple of them. I can find that one.
I think Tony's referring to Aubrey for what?
Well, Salina wasn't much more, but that was ignorance on my part. I thought it was on 75.
And here's a first down running play. This is Jackson Hare who breaks outside. No, this is Dobson Martin.
He's got one on now.
He sure does. He's wearing one of those.
Going to come back, though. We got a holding back at the line, so it's going to come. Now, if Dobson starts putting his headgear on, we got to start looking again.
Both Dobson Martin and Jackson Hare now are wearing those extra helmet covers that give them a little bit more protection.
This may not be holding because they were talking to the back judge, but that's what I expect it to be.
But Dobson Martin, a big gain around the left side, should have had the first down. We'll see if there's a penalty on this play.
Yeah, the umpire threw it right in the middle where it's normally holding, but they're doing a lot more discussion. Wonder if maybe it's a chop, which would be 15 yards. Yep. Blindside. That was awful quick. So somebody caught a receiver coming from the outside and catching them flush, and that's a 15-yarder, so that's the biggest you can have. So it's going to be 1st and 25.
It's considered a personal foul.
Yep.
Boos the ball back. Should be to the 21, but that's a spot foul, Tony?
Yeah, it'd be previous. It could be a spot foul if it was passed, but I think it was line of scrimmage. They're saying 1st and 24. I figured it'd be 25, so it may have been a yard downfield.
Well, they go back to the 22.
Yep. So now let's see if we can get us a big first down.
Line to gain is the 36-yard line. Well, no, I beg your pardon, the 46-yard
46.
line. Yeah, the 46. So 1st and 24. Mason Cooper in the shotgun, throwing deep, and it is picked off. A long pass, and so it's almost like a punt.
Down.
Wildcats bring him down well inside Paris territory. Who had the interception there, Tony?
Number 2. Skelton.
No, that Markel Rick Finch, I think I heard our public address announcer Kevin Woolley say that was a bomb.
Yeah.
And so the damage here is not as great as it might have been.
No, but I wanted to get they got 3 minutes and got 2 timeouts left, so I don't consider that what we needed to go.
No, not at all.
That was a reaction to penalty and them scoring. We needed to just get another couple of first downs, see what happens. Now your defense has got some pressure. Do we have a flag up somewhere too? Because they got some more talking. I guess we do. Let's see what happens here.
Mason Cooper was going deep either to, there's a face mask penalty against the Wildcats.
After the interception, 15-yard penalty from the end of the run.
So that's going to be
this will move them out
to the 41-yard line.
Yep, up to the 41.
So Wildcats kind of imploding a little bit with penalties and turnover right now, so we got to recoup and get into the halftime.
Mason Cooper was going either for Jackson Virgil or Jamorian Jeffrey. I'm not sure which one.
Where are they going? The ball was on the 26-yard line.
Unless the penalty was called.
Must have been a spot foul. They said from the end of the run, but they treated it as a spot. So 1st and 10 at the Wildcat 49. So now chore for the Wildcat defense to hold them scoreless and get into half.
3:16 to go in the half. Sulphur Springs leading 17-7. Again, here's a tunnel screen. This is Markel Rick Finch, who had the interception just moments ago. And Finch, with some nice running after the catches, all the way to the Sulphur Springs 31-yard line for a gain of 18 yards.
They're throwing bubble screens, and they're doing a good job with it, letting them have some space.
Alex King, the outside linebacker, with the stop for Sulphur Springs. First down at the Wildcat 31-yard line. Empty backfield, 3 wide to the far side, 2 to the near side. Heath going to run it up the middle, and Heath into the secondary is cut down at about the 25-yard line.
Number 12.
That's James Johnson.
James Johnson took him down one-on-one because that could have gone for another 10 or so.
He's a sure tackler in the open field.
Yeah, he has been right there.
Well, he was once earlier, too.
2nd and 7.
I've got 2nd and 3.
2nd 3. We got 7. I'm sorry.
From the 24.
My dyslexia.
2:17 to go to halftime. Paris has 2 timeouts if they need them. Again, the empty backfield. 3 to the near side, 2 to the far side.
2-minute warning.
And throwing over the middle.
Caught it. 1st and goal at the 3.
And it is a catch inside the 5.
Pass completed down inside the 5. The record. 1st and goal.
And that's Jacabrian Record, who had the touchdown catch a few minutes ago.
That's a great catch.
Diving catch over the middle.
That's going to take us to the 2-minute timeout.
Record breaking in from left to right. And there is the 2-minute warning that we're finally getting accustomed to somewhat. 17-7 now, the Wildcats leading, but Paris first down and goal. And this is Wildcats football on KSST. Wildcats 17, Paris 7, but Paris first down and goal at the Sulphur Springs 3-yard line. After the interception by Markel Rick Finch, and then a penalty against the Wildcats. So Paris started at the Sulphur Springs 49-yard line, and now first and goal at the 3. 2 minutes to go in the half.
Nice little public announcement for veterans getting a hand.
And on first down,
there we go. Truth
tried the middle of the Sulphur Springs line, and that's going nowhere.
Truth Holmes said, "Walk with me this way."
And the ball carrier there, Giovanni Dawson. So I think he lost a yard, did he not?
He lost several because they were down at the 3.
Well, did they mark? Where did they mark
it out to the 5 or the 6?
Did. Yeah. So that is a loss of 3.
Loss of 3.
And we're saying that was Truth Holmes on the tackle there.
You bet. So they still got full backfield, but I don't think we'll go middle now.
Fake handoff throwing into the back of the end zone.
Touchdown.
Incomplete. No, I thought he said in.
Did it? Oh, he did. Okay.
I thought for a moment it was caught also, Tony, but.
It was.
And one of the Wildcats, it was well covered there. That was Finch again, the intended receiver in that near back corner of the end zone.
That's the one that Robert said, and when you get down close, they'll be throwing corners on him, so we better watch him again.
So 3rd down and goal from the 6. By the way, that tackle a moment ago by Truth Holmes, his 6th tackle for loss this season.
So let's see where Finch is now. He may not, he's in a slot if he's in, he's in the slot. middle man of 3, so he'll go corner probably again.
Tyler Heath in the shotgun. Going to roll out to his right, looking into the end zone, throwing again back of the corner.
Yep.
And a leaping catch.
Touchdown this time. He caught it. I don't know what we were waiting on. We let him go free, and he went right back where he was. So now another touchdown.
So Markelrick Finch again with the catch for Paris. And now it is a tight ball game once again at 17-13.
Yep, minute 6 left to intermission. So that turnover proved very costly to us. We needed to run that clock down.
James Mitchell, the left-footed kicker, puts the foot into the ball, and it is good. 17-14 with a minute 6 left to go until halftime, with the Sulphur Springs Wildcats clinging to a 3-point lead. This is Wildcats football on KSST. For Paris, that is a 51-yard drive in 6 plays. 6-yard touchdown pass from Tyler Heath to Markelrick Finch. 17-13, the Wildcats had a 17-0 lead not too long ago.
And now we're looking at, if we can't put any points on the board, Paris gets the opening kickoff for the third, and we could feasibly be behind after playing basically a perfect first quarter and a half. So we got to settle down, see if we might hit a big play, but the big play needs to be coming on a broken tackle or something that's conservative.
James Mitchell will kick to Paris.
That touchdown set up on the interception by Finch, and then Finch gets the touchdown.
Yep.
In the back corner of the end zone on a pass from Tyler Heath. Here's the kickoff. This is Jackson Hare, will return from the 3-yard line. The J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff, and Jackson Hare returning across the 20 and bumped out of bounds over on the far side around the 25-yard line.
25 or 26, good tackle, got the Paris sideline fired up. 26.
Wildcats have 2 timeouts. On that interception, that was an attempted bomb. They were going deep.
Yep. On
and that
first
interception
and 25.
would not have been as costly, Tony, except for the 15-yard penalty at the end of the play.
They started at the 49-yard line, if my memory is correct. So let's see if we get ultra-conservative or whatever, because Paris has 2 timeouts left. They could get a little cocky and stop it and try to score again before halftime.
Snap to Mason Cooper, the senior quarterback. Going to his left, and he is going to be brought down for a big loss back around the 10-yard line. That looked like, Tony, it was supposed to be some kind of run-pass option.
Yep.
But he had no one to go to.
I think that was that number. Is that number 11? No, that's 77. Is that?
Harper with a sack back about the 14-yard line. Second down.
Whatever it was, it was about a 13-yard loss. 2nd and 23. The good thing is the clock's running, so maybe we can just go ahead and take a knee and go to halftime.
Under 30 seconds to go in the half, yeah.
Yep.
It's been a disastrous.
I'm kind of surprised Paris didn't take one of their 2 timeouts.
Snap to Cooper, handoff to Jackson Hare, and Hare breaks it out over the left side for a nice gain across the 25 up to about the 27-yard line.
And
but down to 7 seconds.
Doesn't look like we're going to call timeout unless we do with 1 second left. That's it.
That'll be all. So the last half of the second quarter kind of blew up in the Wildcats' faces.
Paris is jumping around, and we're limping into the press box or to the clubhouse. So buckle up for a third quarter and second half here. Got a ball game.
Wildcats led it 17-0 midway through the second quarter, but Paris comes charging back. And it is 17-14 at halftime. This is Wildcats football on KSST. Wildcats football brought to you by Alliance Bank, Saputo Dairy Foods, Christus Mother Francis Hospital, Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op, Farm Country, Copy Products, Hooten Hardware, BT Medical, City National Bank, Wesley House Assisted Living, J. Hodge Chevrolet and the University Interscholastic League. Pregame is presented by Super Handy, and now halftime is presented by Galleon Insurance, Hall Oil, and super handy. 17-14. Sulphur Springs leading at halftime, and before the game, Tony, I think if you'd told us that the Wildcats would be leading 17-14 at halftime, we'd be pretty pleased.
Probably take that, yes, sir.
But leading 17-0 at one point, and now down to 17-14, it doesn't feel so good.
I think we lost our composure when we got to that 2nd and 25 with a little over 3 minutes to go, and it cost us 7 points, and so now we got to withstand this first possession of the third and take back control of the ball game. It's still our ball game to win.
Wildcats scored on their first possession, an 84-yard drive in 11 plays, and that was a really impressive drive. They picked up a first down early in the drive on a pass. They were behind the chains, got a 14-yard pass from Mason Cooper to Jackson Virgil, and then later there was a 19-yard run by Mason Cooper on that drive, 34-yard pass to Quinn Harris, and a 19-yard run, 18-yard run by Dobson Martin. Jackson Hare in the Wildcat, which we saw quite a bit in the first half, got the touchdown. And the kick by Eric Rodriguez made it 7-0 with 7:18 left to go in the first quarter. Wildcats got the ball back from Paris on a short punt at the Paris 44-yard line. And they go 44 yards in 6 plays. Jackson Hare, the 7-yard touchdown run again from the Wildcat. The extra point by Rodriguez good, 14-0. The Wildcats with 4 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Again, Sulphur Springs forced Paris to punt. Wildcats start at their 39-yard line. They drive 58 yards in 12 plays, and they get the 20-yard field goal from Eric Rodriguez. Got down to the 2, could not get it across. And, Tony, that's another factor in this game. If they've been able to put that across for a third touchdown, might be a different situation.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised that we didn't go ahead and go for it on the 2-yard line regardless. And at that point, our defense was still dominating Paris and would have given them a 98-yard field if we didn't score. And that could have been a big play as well.
So 17-0 with 8:07 left to go in the half. Paris then got the ball at their own 28. And then they put together a nice drive with a lot of bubble screens and tunnel screens.
The whole thing, the whole series was.
Finally, and then they broke the receiver deep.
Faked it, and we bit, and it wasn't even anything except is he going to catch the ball, because there was no. You and I were about as close as the defenders were too.
Jacabrian record 38-yard pass from Tyler Heath. The extra point good to make it 17-7 with 7:41 left to go until halftime. And then an interception by Markelrick Finch on a deep ball thrown by Mason Cooper gave Paris the ball after a penalty at the Wildcat 49-yard line, and they drive down the field and score in 6 plays. Was it a fourth down play or a third? It was a third down play. Yeah, on the touchdown pass into the back corner of the end zone from Tyler Heath to Markelrick Finch, who had the interception.
They lost 3 on first down, then threw the 2 Finch, and it was incomplete. It came right back to him on third. Same play. Extra
point good, so 17-14. And the Wildcats unable to move the ball there on their last couple of plays, although they got a nice run on the final play from Jackson Hare, but unable to move the ball down the field and put any points on the board. So 17-14 at halftime. The Wildcats leading the Paris Wildcats. And as Tony has told you, Paris will have the ball to start the second half. Do you have any scores to share
Yeah,
with
I got
us?
a few here. Looks like Cooper is leading Rivercrest 21-7 in the third. Greenville is losing 29-7 to Corsicana. Pittsburgh Pirates 31, Paris North Lamar 7 at halftime. Paul Pewett's putting it on Como 36-8 in the third quarter. Clarksville and Cumbie got a barn burner 14-all at halftime. Hebron's leading 31-0 over Keyston Alexander's Little Elm Lobos. Keyston's having a rough first season, but we've got a lot of promise with him. Aubrey is manhandling Community 42-0 at halftime. Commerce 35, Mineola 6 with a 2-minute warning. Winsboro 49, Rains 14 at halftime. Our Parish 17-14. So that's pretty well all of them. Panther Creek played last night against Community and won against Lake Dallas and won 31-13.
Yeah. Wow, so Aubrey leading 42-0 at halftime over Community.
Community's just they're not going to win anything. They're outclassed, and it's just you hate to see it. I really am not looking forward to playing that game next week because the only thing can happen is something bad. You're supposed to beat them by 50, and it's hard. That's a hard game to play.
Yeah. So the Wildcats traveling to Josephine. What is the other little community there? Nevada, right.
Nevada. It's called Nevada Community.
Right. So that'll be next Friday night, and the Wildcats will be heavy favorites, to say the least, to win that ball game. In the district, Salina is at 3-0. Panther Creek now at 3-1. Paris at 2-1. Sulphur Springs 1-1. Lake Dallas 1-2. Aubrey 0-3, but they will be 1-3 after tonight's game. Community will be 0-3. And you said, I think Panther Creek over Lake Dallas 31-13 last night. Okay, so, wow. Commerce winning big over Mineola. Commerce Tigers 9th ranked in the state, 3A Division 1. Under head coach John McSheffrey, the former Sulphur Springs Wildcat state champion, doing great things there in Commerce. Some college games Wednesday night. I'm amazed some of these games played on Tuesday night or Wednesday
night. They'll do
anything
for the dollar.
Texas El Paso over Sam Houston 35-17. Now tomorrow, Baylor at TCU. That's an early game, 11 o'clock. 2:30, Texas A&M at Arkansas. I see that as a potentially dangerous game for the Aggies.
That's the type ball game that A&M will let sneak up. And they've got the coaching change at Arkansas. Got Bobby Petrino back there. There's no telling he might bring his motorcycle on the field.
That'll be on ESPN. Also at 2:30, SMU at Clemson. The Mustangs.
That'll be a good ball game.
Now playing in the ACC of all things. UT San Antonio at UNT tomorrow. And the Mean Green with only one loss so far. Texas Tech at Arizona State at
That's big.
3. That is on Fox.
I know we got some Sulphur Springs people at that ball game. We got a big Tech contingency that's in Sulphur, and they do some traveling, and they'll be there to support them.
Texas at Kentucky tomorrow night at 6, and that's on ESPN. What I was impressed by the Longhorns win over the Sooners last Saturday.
That's the type ball game that either team can win by 24, or it can be a tie, or anything in between. But Texas grew up a little bit because they've been underperforming all year, and so that was their type ball game. And I know my best friend was a happy boy.
And who is that?
That's Robert Gideon. He was the best man at my wedding. He's been at Austin, graduated, and went something like 30 years without missing a game. Wherever it was, he went. But now that we're getting a little longer in the tooth, he doesn't go as much. But he was at that ball game. But he was a happy dude.
E.T., it's good to say that again, at Incarnate Word in San Antonio tomorrow at 4:30. And the Lions had a really frustrating game last Saturday night. They were ahead of Lamar, I think by 2 touchdowns going into the fourth quarter, and still lost that game. And that got featured. There was a little feature on ESPN about that game that was rather embarrassing to the Lions, some of the things that went down there in the last few minutes. But they ended up losing that game to Lamar. But they're getting, I think, more competitive in the FCS or on the FCS level that they're now playing at, and darn near beat a pretty good Lamar team last week.
Did you hear the pocket knife story from Texas Tech last week?
No, I did not.
You know that Tech throws tortillas at the opening kickoff, and the Big 12 is put in where they're going to let them do it then. Then the next time they do it, it's a warning, and then the next time it's 15-yarder. Well, they did it 3 times and got to 15 yards, but then one of the Kansas coaches found a pocket knife on the sideline and accused them of throwing it. It was closed, whatever, but accused that. And after the game, Kansas coach and McGuire got into it pretty hefty in there, and McGuire's like, "What do you want me to do about it?" and so forth. But now they've uncovered that one of the Kansas coaches pulled it out of, or somebody on the sideline, a trainer, pulled it out of his pocket, put it down there, and told him about it and all that. And so it's pretty big black eye on Kansas.
Wow. No, I had not heard that story.
Yeah.
Lady Cats volleyball under head coach Bailey Dorner. They are now 27-9, 6-1 in the district. They lost to Texarkana Pleasant Grove 3-2 Tuesday night.
Ooh,
and so they are now tied with Texarkana Pleasant Grove for first place in the district. Lady Cats play at home against Pittsburgh at 4:30. That was actually this afternoon. So we don't have that score. If someone would like to call James Terry with that score, he'll pass it along to us. If not, we'll have it tomorrow morning. And Tuesday, the Lady Cats host Paris at 5:30. Tony, are you familiar with the rules in high school volleyball? If they should end up tied, do they have a playoff game? I think that's what happens in basketball.
I'm sure it would be a playoff game. If they agreed to a coin flip, that would be up to the coaches, but I feel certain that it would be a playoff.
Yeah,
I've got a parent that I'm sending out.
Okay, good. In basketball, I know they typically have a playoff game, but the volleyball season coming on down to the end here, at least the district schedule, and Lady Cats definitely will be in the playoffs. So another Lady Cat sports note. Tony, you may or may not have heard this. The Sulphur Springs Lady Cats golf team took first place at the Mount Pleasant Invitational this week. Lady Cats shot a total of 358, well ahead of Texarkana Texas High's total of 397. Sophomore Ramsey Reagan placed second with an 83. Senior Evie Birdsong placed fifth with an 85.
Whitney McDaniel does a really good job with the girls and has gotten some interest, and we've got some kids coming up, which is good because you're at the mercy of people that play golf, and so sometimes you just don't have very many kids and a lot to choose from, but we're blessed, both the boys and the girls, that they've got some numbers, and hopefully they can sustain this.
Lady Cats continue their fall season Tuesday at the Sulphur Springs Country Club in the Wildcat Invitational. Tea time is at 9, and the public is invited to attend. We saw former Lady Cat golfer Jamie Sims Gold honored as a member of the Wildcat Hall of Honor this evening, along with former Wildcat football player Larry Pryor. So it was a nice event, and I know they had a ceremony, reception at the Sulphur Springs High School Library at 5:30 this afternoon before they were presented on the field before the game.
And he doesn't get credit. The late Bubba Bonner is the one that I believe started the Wildcat Hall of Honor before he passed away, and he would be very pleased to see how it has progressed, and it's a good annual event each year.
It is 17-14, Sulphur Springs leading at halftime, and we're waiting for the performance of the Blue Blazes and the Sulphur Springs High School Band. And by the way, the Wildcat Band this week performed in the regional, or I guess that was the regional meet at Mount Pleasant, and it got a first division rating, and they'll have their area meet coming up in Lindale. I believe that, I want to say, is October 28th. I would not swear to that. But we have the Blue Blazes coming onto the field now, and with halftime activities underway at Sulphur Springs and Gerald Prim Stadium, here are the Blue Blazes and the Sulphur Springs High School Band.
onto the field tonight, your captain, Emma Palacios. The Blazers want to recognize this week's Julia Wilhite State Farm Blazes of the Week, Isabella Garcia, and their Spirit Girl of the Week, Skylar Wilson. And this week's Spotlight Teacher, Mr. Cody Sabo. The Blue Blazers can't thank their sponsors enough for their ongoing support this year, including Nation's Lending, Porter Grub House, RGW Hauling, J&D Dozer and Moulton, Nottingham Dodge, Larry and Sherry Finney, the Fuller family, the Palacios family, Highway 19 Construction, the Sign Shop, House of Sabo, Bob Evans, Slaughter's Barbecue, Wyatt's Towing, Credit Union of Texas, HTO, Honda's Home Services, D&S Custom Cabinets, Cornerstone Renovations, and Burris Laundry Services. Also, they want to send a special shout out to their gentlemen of the field, Seth Johns, Kevin Violet, Zach Young, Carson Dean, Trenton Avon, and their managers, Zakaya Ivory, Ariel Brown, Mariah Moore, Raymond P, and Lindsay Hayes. The Blue Blazers are under the direction of alumni member, Mrs. Meredith Dial, and assistant director, also alumni member, Trinity Martin. Now join the Blazers as they step up the excitement with an entertaining step routine to I Get Around.
Ladies and gentlemen, here they come. Your three-time state finalist band. Say it with me, loud and proud. Man, oh man, that Wildcat band. The band is being led onto the field by drum majors Cannon Gibson, Rafael Flores, Anthony Small, and Charles McDermott. The Wildcat Band would like to recognize this week's section of the week, the Color Guard. And this week's band members of the week are Laramie Salters and Giovanni Hernandez. Tonight, the Wildcat Band is excited for their home performance of their 2025 UIL competition show, Stained Glass. Now, sit back and enjoy the sounds of your Sulphur Springs Wildcat Band and Stained Glass. Ladies and gentlemen, your Sulphur Springs High School Wildcat Band. Directors for the band are Spencer Emmert, Allison Martinez, Zachary Griffin, Cody Brown, Brittany Robinette, Steve Proctor, Connor Dawes, and Marshall Olnett. The Wildcat Band could not do it without our amazing sponsors. So please visit our concession stand and recognize our corporate and individual supporters on the banner above our service window.
Wildcats leading over the Paris Wildcats at halftime at Gerald Prim Stadium,
On their great performances
17-14. And we will come back with the kickoff and the second half of tonight's game when Wildcats football continues after this on KSST. KSST and Wildcat football presented by Alliance Bank, Saputo Dairy Foods, Christus Mother Francis Hospital, Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op, Farm Country, Copy Products, Hooten Hardware, BT Medical, City National Bank, Wesley House Assisted Living, J. Hodge Chevrolet, the University Interscholastic League. Halftime presented by Galleon Insurance, Hall Oil, and Super Handy. Pre-game presented by Super Handy, and the Wildcats getting ready to kick off to the Paris Wildcats with Eric Rodriguez having it teed up at the 40-yard line. The Wildcats leading over Paris 17-14. Here's the kick by Rodriguez, and it is taken at the 5-yard line. Here's the return for Paris, and that is one of their top running backs, Keyshawn Roberts, on the return, and he gets out only to the 12-yard line, Tony.
Matthew Jeter.
Hang on.
Matthew Jeter on the coverage.
Go ahead, Tony.
Matthew Jeter got the tackle there. It's a good one-on-one tackle because it looked like he was fixing to break and go through. So they starting at the 12-yard line. That was only about a 5 or 6 yard return. Great coverage from the Wildcats.
Good kick by Eric Rodriguez, and Paris starts out in not good field position at all at the 12-yard line. That's about the best you could hope for on that opening kickoff. That was, of course, the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff. And again, we see Paris with the empty backfield, 3 wide out to the near side and 2 to the far side. They're moving to the south end zone. Snap to Heath. Heath dodges a rusher and runs across the line of scrimmage up to about the 15-yard line and slides.
Two-yard gain, got out of that cheap, and he has slid twice. And Wildcats showing good discipline because if you slide, you can't touch them. And you gotta really lay off, so that'll be important to watch.
Gain of 2. This is 2nd down and 8 from the 14-yard line. Ball on the far hash mark. Again, the empty backfield with 2 men wide to the far side and 3 to the near side. And they're looking to the sideline for the play. Play clock at 9.
You got Finch out there right in good shape to cut behind and have that bubble come, but he's not doing it this time.
Snap to Heath. Quick pass out to the flat is complete up to about the 18-yard line.
It should be Gio's side, isn't it? Or is it? Yep, Gio's out there. I think he's the one that got that one.
By Fabian Brown for about 5
Fabian
yards.
Brown, the catch, had a couple of catches in the first half. Line of scrimmage is the 19-yard line.
3rd and 4, big play.
Yep.
Going to have a flag. I've got a feeling we were offsides, but now they're stopping it, so they may call this on Paris.
Play was underway and the whistles blew. And now the right tackle's gesticulating and jumping up and down. So this.
Well, the receiver out here jumped, and our offsides was not associated, so it does go there because we have time to react and come back. You have to be head up before that's offside. So lucky break there. It's going to make it 3rd and 8 now. So a big play. See if we can get this ball out of Parrish's hand right off the bat.
Moves it back to the 14-yard line. I'm surprised Paris Wildcats were perhaps not penalized there for unsportsmanlike conduct, some of the gesturing that was taking place. Officials were, I think, pretty lenient there.
We got thick skin.
3rd and 8. And Heath in trouble back behind the 5-yard line. He is a dangerous scrambler, though. Throws it out. And Was it incomplete? I believe incomplete.
I don't know.
Over on the far side.
They're going back, so it must have been. No, they're coming up. And chains are moving, so it was complete.
It was complete over on the far side, and
I thought he could run for the first down. I actually didn't even see him throw the ball, so I was confused all along.
The gain is out to the 33-yard line. So that's a 19-yard gain on that play, and that was a busted play, it looked like.
Yep.
Tony,
we nearly had him in the backfield, but couldn't quite get him.
He is a capable scrambler.
Yep.
He moves around back there extremely fluidly and with a great deal of deception.
I think they're trying to get the clock stopped. It's still running, and there's nothing happening. Now it's stopped. I don't know what they're doing.
So it's a first down for Paris at the Paris 33-yard line. That was a 3rd and 8 play.
Yeah, that we had a chance there, but that's just a good football play by Paris. Biggest thing, limit these big plays, make them earn these scores and all, but our defense is still doing a pretty good job.
Wildcats lead it 17-14, 9:48 left to go in the third quarter. Sulphur Springs led at one point 17-0 in this game. That was with a little over 8 minutes left to go in the first half. But Paris came back strong there in the latter stages of the first half.
We must have, I think we got a broken chain over there on the other side because we don't have the far chain.
Gentlemen, to thank the Sulphur Springs High School culinary class for the fine meal.
So that's the reason for the delay. I look for Paris. They keep coming out in this empty backfield. They're going to start throwing those bubble screens again, and they've had success. We're going to have to know when to bubble and when to back off. Got the chain repaired, so we're fixing to go.
First down at the 33-yard line in Paris territory. This time there is a back to the left of the quarterback, Tyler Heath, and they set up a screen pass to the left side, and it is complete, and the game will be across the 35 up to about the 37-yard line.
Kind of think that might have been, McCormick came in and made the stop. No, Preston Nottingham. That looked like it was going to go a little more, and Nottingham got after it. They're up at the line again, going quicker, and here's a little side out.
Second down and 6. Quick pass to the near side.
It's a lot of action for 1 yard. Now it's going to be 3rd and 5. So good job by the Wildcat defense. They're doing a lot of screening.
That's Keyshawn Roberts that time with the catch, and not much of a gain, as Tony indicated. So at the 38-yard line.
3rd and 5. Another big play. They got 4 backs. They've been throwing it to that back.
4 wideouts grouped over to the far side, 1 to the near side. They throw it to the near side. This is Finch. A diving attempt to make the catch. Did he get it? Apparently so, at about the 20-yard line.
And that's the play that Robert High told me they'd be running. They actually put 4 out instead of 3 and had Finch over here, and he is just something else. So we gotta watch that.
First down, Paris.
So big gainer there for Paris to the Wildcat 24-yard line. That's a 36-yard gain. Snap to Tyler Heath, bubble screen to the far side, and complete down the sideline, and looks like another first down inside the 10-yard line for Paris.
So we're going to have to make a decision. We're playing off and letting that bubble screen, and they're getting some good blocking. We're either going to have to jump the route, take a chance at going over the top, or we're in trouble.
Jacabrian record with the catch and the gain there. And again, here's a bubble screen to the far side on this first down and goal play from the 9. Or I guess it is officially the 10, and this one's going nowhere. Wildcats ready for it.
Yeah, that one helped. But right now, the lack of football field is helping the defense because we don't have to worry about the deep ball. So right here is where you need to worry about Finch in the corner. Let's see where he comes.
Wildcats leading 17-14, but on this first possession of the second half for Paris, they're at the 8-yard line, second down and goal. Tyler Heath looking to the sideline for the play. 19 seconds on the play clock, plenty of time.
Don't even think Finch is in the ball game right now. I sure don't understand that.
2 in the slot, 2 wide. Snap to Heath, looking to his right. Time to throw now, scrambling, moving to his left, throwing into the end zone, a leaping grab. Not sure if it's a touchdown. Apparently it was.
They're acting like it is. Yep.
Touchdown for Paris.
And all of a sudden, Wildcats are behind.
Touchdown, Paris.
They had good pressure on the quarterback, but he held his composure and was able to throw it up, and they high-pointed it. So we're 1 point away from a 21-17 Wildcat deficit.
Paris has come from 17-0 behind to take the lead at 20-17. On this first drive of the second half, the extra point by James Mitchell is good, 21-17.
21 unanswered points.
7:25 to go, third quarter. This is Wildcats football on KSST.
All right, here we are back at Gerald Prim Stadium. All of a sudden, the Sulphur Springs Wildcats find themselves in a 4-point deficit. Paris took the opening kickoff and drove the length of the field and ended up with a touchdown pass just then. We're waiting on the kickoff, and the Wildcats need to get their composure offensively. We had a like we said, first quarter and a half perfect. That second half of the second quarter was a little bit dicey, and this first possession here wasn't what we want. So now it's our turn to do a little dictating on this ball game.
88-yard drive in 7 plays for Paris. 10-yard touchdown pass by Tyler Heath. And Paris has taken the lead at 21-17. Here's the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff.
We need a break here. Get something through and get up about midfield.
James Mitchell advancing on the ball. The left footer puts the foot into it. And this will be, I think, Jackson Hare on the return for the Wildcats. And good coverage by Paris. He's only able to run about 3 or 4 steps before he is bumped out of bounds over on the far side at about the 26-yard line.
25-yard line is where they're going to start it out. They've done a good job of coverage. Paris has good skill people and a lot of speed. They always have that. So we're very evenly matched that way.
So a huge possession here for Sulphur Springs. Really
if we don't make an answer right here, we got to have a long second half, I'm afraid.
They really need to move the ball down the field, put some points on the board here. Stating the obvious, but Wildcats now trailing 21-17, having led 17-0 in the second quarter.
This is where we need to have some poise.
Mason Cooper is the quarterback. Handoff on first down. Going off right tackle, short gain. That's Jackson Hare on the carry. He picks up a couple of yards.
We can't tell from the bonnets again.
Maybe just 1 yard there. Get to the 26-yard line.
They played that one well. We haven't done anything outside. Everything we've done has been up the middle and then veer outside. We haven't been able just to do the pitch wide and outrun them.
Jeff Stevenson, the center, out over the football, snaps it to Mason Cooper, going to his left. Now he will run it, cuts it back, hit from behind. He's across the 25 up to about the 28-yard line, perhaps, for
a 2-yard gain.
Gain of a couple of yards.
3rd and 7, a huge down right here. We've got to get something positive going. And we're sure not in 4-down territory at the moment.
6:15 to go in the third quarter. Paris used a lot of time on that drive.
Yeah, they did.
3rd and 7 from the 28-yard line in Wildcat territory.
Paris is daring us. They're only 7 yards deep, but they're putting pressure on Cooper.
Mason Cooper, bubble screen, near side, complete, but
No gain or
really
loss.
no gain or maybe less. That went to Jackson Virgil.
Yep, he lost 2 yards. It's going to be fourth and 9. The difference in the bubble there is we bubbled naked, didn't have any blockers,
right,
where Paris has been having numbers out there and blocking us out of the way. So that's a very unfortunate 3 and out. Just take about a minute off the clock, and now Jackson Hare is going to be ready to, I think that's Jackson. No, it is Jackson.
Yeah, Eric Rodriguez has been putting a lot for Sulphur Springs lately, but this looks to be Jackson Hare. And, of course, Hare, I don't think he will do it, but Hare is always a threat to run.
Yep.
And he gets the snap and the punt away, and this looks like a good one.
And it's going to bounce.
It takes a Wildcat roll, maybe not as much as we thought, but goes out of bounds at the 31.
From the 26 to the 31.
And so that's a 43-yard punt by Jackson Hare.
The good part was no return. We wish it had bounced a little bit more straight, but it was all right. So now we can't afford to give up anything. Defense has got to get them out and get the ball back. Let's see if we can get some of these seniors to take charge of this possession.
Complete change of complexion in this ball game from the first quarter to now. Wildcats totally dominated the first quarter. Led at the end of the first period 10-0. But first down, Paris at its own 31-yard line. Again, an empty backfield. And Tyler Heath rolling out to his right, the short side of the field, passing for Keyshawn Roberts, who catches the ball and steps out of bounds at the 45-yard line, and that is a first down.
I'll tell you what, if they're going to let the left tackle hold like they did on that one, we've got a long rest of the way. We had a really good rush coming out there, and he held him right in front of the referee.
4 wideouts to the far side of the field, none to the near side, a running back, and that is Jay Baugh. They give it to Baugh, and over the right side, short gain as he is taken down after about a yard, maybe only 1 yard.
Yep, 1 yard gain. But I'll tell you what, now we've got the 3 or 4 on one side, 1 on the other. It's not Finch over here, so that's the good side.
4 receivers bunched to the far side, bubble screen that way, and the Wildcats do a great job of defensing this one. Short gain, if any gain.
Wildcats fixing to blow a fuse because they are getting held on the edges.
Roberts hit immediately.
That was Keyshawn Roberts on the catch, and the loss actually is back to the 44-yard line. So that's a loss of 2 yards, and they are behind the chains, 3rd and 11.
They were very good coverage, but that's 2 straight plays that we should have had holding flags on there. So we're gonna see if the referees got ears if they try to pass this time and have another session.
Well, back to the right of the quarterback, Tyler Heath. 2 wide left, 2 wide right. Snap to Heath. Fake over the middle, or fake to the running back, and now a throw over the middle, and it is complete, and that's a first down.
First down, number 6.
Keyshawn Roberts.
Keyshawn Roberts. We had him about a yard short, and then our defense slung him for the first down. So they're marching down the field again. Here we go with 4 wides. Nothing on the far side, 1 running back.
13-yard gain to Keyshawn Roberts. Here's the bubble screen to the far side. Ball was dropped.
Incomplete there. They're just daring us. They're saying we're going right there, but they're putting 3 out in front. And they've been successful blocking our guys, and every once in a while breaking one. But I can't see them all being clean and not some holes. Now they go twins each side.
2 in the slot, 2 wide. Snap to Heath here in the shotgun. Baugh, the running back to his right. Gets the ball, gets rid of it quickly, passing to the far side, complete to about the 40. He did not
He
hold
dropped it. That's 2 straight, hitting them in the hands and dropped them. So it's going to be 3rd and 10. So they're helping us out a little bit, but this is where we haven't been able to stop them. I've got a feeling they're going to have 4 down territory regardless. They've got that much confidence right now.
Fabian Brown not able to hold on to the ball there. So this is 3rd down and 10. Line to gain is the Wildcat 34-yard line. Give it to
Little
Barr
draw
up the
play.
middle. And Barr nowhere to go.
Good
Maybe
job.
a gain of a yard or two. Let's see who got the tackle here for the Wildcats.
That's going to be Pennell and
Truth Holmes.
Truth. They are going for it, or they're showing to be going for it. I figured they would right now. They're not scared of us.
It's 4th and 9 from the Sulphur Springs 42-yard line, and Parrish will go for the first down here.
They may go ahead and punt it or try to draw us off. He's going to punt it.
He drops back, and he will punt it. And Gio Ibarra gets back there for Sulphur Springs, and it does take a Parrish hop.
About the 10 or 11,
And
10-yard line.
will be downed at the 10-yard line.
Yep.
I'm a little surprised that they decided to punt there.
I am too with that running play up the gut. I thought they'd go for it.
That's
even
what I
at
thought.
9.
That's what I thought.
But as it is, they turned the field on us. But that was a good job by the Wildcats. They bent but didn't give up any points. We're still just a one-score ball game. 2:07 left in the third quarter. Fast-moving third quarter.
It's a 32-yard punt by Tyler Heath, the quarterback.
But I don't know for sure if we've made a first down in the last 3 or 4 possessions.
I think you're right. Yeah, we'll
think
look
we've
back
been
at that.
3 and outs, and then one of them with a 1-and-out interception.
Paris leading 21-17 from the 10-yard line. Handoff to Jackson Hare. Hare hit at the line of scrimmage, but breaks that tackle.
Got
manages
5.
to get outside and get to the 15-yard line for a gain of 5 yards. Nice run by Jackson Hare.
Yep, they've got his number tonight. All of our running backs are having to work for it. It was a little easier early in the ball game, but Parrish is really stacking it for us.
Hare had the Wildcats 2 touchdowns in the first half on a 1-yard run and a 7-yard run. This is 2nd and 5 from the 15-yard line. Down to 1:28 to go here in the third quarter. Snap to Mason Cooper in the shotgun. And again, he's given off here to Jackson Hare, and Hare up the middle spins away and gets outside. And let's see, he is out at the 20 or close to it.
20 is the line. It looks, I don't know if he's walking on it. I think they're going to give it to us.
Close to another first down.
No, they're going to say third and about a foot or
It'll be
two.
3rd and 1.
Again, that's not very much, but we haven't been doing it. This is crucial. We've got to make our third down here. Get another series, get this field turned. They may be looking at it I'm not so sure they're not going to say that it's already, well, they may measure now. I don't know what they're going to measure for because they started straight on the 10.
Yeah, some hesitation.
Yeah. Anyway, 3rd and less than a yard.
Huge play here for Sulphur Springs. From the 19-yard line in Wildcat territory, snap to Cooper, hand to Jackson Hare, and Hare
barely got it.
Hit at the line of scrimmage, but I think he's got enough.
He spun and was on one of the Parrish people, I think, and he got it by about a yard. So big first down, 1:08 left in the third. This is getting critical. So the Wildcats are nothing explosive since the first quarter. So whether or not we can throw us a slant or something like that, but Parrish is relentless in the middle of their defense right now. And I still think they're very susceptible deep, but we've got to do it quickly.
Under a minute to go in the third quarter. Snap to Mason Cooper in an empty backfield. Cooper throwing deep down the near sideline. The intended receiver was Jackson Hare. But overthrown, and he was well covered anyway by one of the Wildcats, and that was Davian Harrison.
And he was giving some hand signals like we got called for taunting right in front of the official, and nothing going on there. So let's see how that keeps going.
The last first down, Tony, the Wildcats had was on that drive where they got to the 2-yard line and settled for the 20-yard field goal by Rodriguez midway through the second quarter.
3 and outs plus that one where we had the interception.
The next possession was where they had the interception. Here is a screen pass out to the near side for Quinn Harris, and they do not connect there.
Nope, that one was bobbled, and we're kind of lucky he didn't hop it straight up and get it picked for 6.
Again, he didn't really have any blockers out in front of him.
No, everything we've done is basically one blocker to try to kick it a little bit, or it's one-on-one where Parrish is putting blockers out in front.
42 seconds left to go third quarter. Parrish leading 21-17. Now this is third and 9.
10, yeah, we got to get after it.
3rd and 10, the scoreboard says.
We can't afford to punt.
Man in motion from right to left. Mason Cooper in the shotgun, fakes a handoff, time to throw, deep down the middle, but 2 men covering the receiver then. I think that is Jackson Hare. It is incomplete at the Paris 40-yard line.
And I'm here to tell you, Paris is doing a lot of talking right now. They're feeling good. If you're going to penalize one for taunting, you need to penalize everybody.
So it's 4th down and 10 from the 20-yard line for Sulphur Springs with 34 seconds to go, third quarter. And obviously, Wildcats will punt here as Jackson Hare has dropped back.
They've got twins back here basically at midfield. I hope he can put this on the ground where they can't catch it, get a roll out of it.
There's the snap to Hare, gets the kick away, and again a strong kick. Lands at the 40, and that takes a big Wildcat hop down the sideline to the 25-yard line.
There we go.
They needed that.
Yeah, they're putting 2 back there, but they're not even trying to catch the ball, so thank you for that. So 23 seconds left in the third quarter. No scoring so far in this half.
That's a 54-yard punt by Jackson Hare.
That's what we needed because we started on the 10. So now we flipped it a little bit, but we desperately need a 3 and out and force them to punt right now. We're fixing to have 1 play in the quarter unless it's something out of bounds or incomplete. But we've got the big boy over here, Finch, single by himself, 2 to the top.
It's like Creed Wisenhunt is guarding him. Handoff goes to Jay Ball. Nothing there for him. I tell you, I have seen him on video. He has shown a lot of ability to break tackles and tear off some big gains, but he has not done it tonight.
I think Justin Strickland was in on that, and it looked like he was pulling that one leg like he was splitting a wishbone. That's going to be the end of the third quarter.
Again, Truth Holmes lost his helmet for some reason. That seems to be a continuing problem, and he'll have to miss a play.
Okay,
Going to the fourth quarter, Paris leading 21-17 over the Sulphur Springs Wildcats, and this is Wildcats football on KSST. Wildcats football on KSST. The Wildcats led this game 17-0 midway through the second quarter, but Paris with a fierce comeback, and they now lead 21-17 starting the fourth quarter. 2nd down and 10 at the 25-yard line in Paris territory. Paris with the football.
Actually got 2 backs in this time, 1 in motion.
That's the H-back. Play action pass, Tyler Heath, throw in down the right side.
No good.
Incomplete over there on the far side, intended, I believe, once again for Keyshawn Roberts.
They've done very little running. They've done all their damage through the air.
Right. Yeah, I'm surprised the ball has not been able to run more effectively tonight. 3rd and 10. Huge play for both teams. Scoreboard says 3rd and 10. I think that's right. Now the down marker goes to 3. Yeah.
It's not good when they're not in sync.
Paris up to the line. Tyler Heath, the junior quarterback, has a back to his right. Heath drops to throw, swings it out to the right side.
He wasn't looking, threw it behind him, so that's good. Now it should be 4th down.
And again going for Keyshawn Roberts, and we have it as 4th down. Scoreboard says 4th down. The down marker is a little slow, but there he goes. So that's big defensive stand there by the Wildcats. Tyler Heath
are confused, and we got nobody back, so I hope this one doesn't get a turf bounce. Went out of bounds. We lucked out with only about 5 yards of the turf bounce, and it's going to be at the 39-yard line heading out.
He only drops back about 7 or 8 yards, and he's a dangerous guy with the football under his arm, so they're afraid of him faking that.
I just think there's been confusion about whether or not it's actually 4th down. I think the box and the scoreboard have been hurting us a little bit.
That's a 36-yard punt by Tyler Heath.
So Wildcats need points right here. Right now they haven't done anything in a half of football to Paris. We must score some points. It's not absolute, but in my book it is.
Paris leading 21-17. First down Wildcats at their own 39-yard line. Mason Cooper rolling out, passing, complete in the flat on the near side, a down and out to Jamorian Jeffrey, who is out of bounds. At about, I thought he had a gain to about the 43.
There comes a flag finally, and we've got another flag, so we could have 30 yards coming here. It's about time because Paris has been doing lots of mouthing. Those flags came out at different times, so we're going to get at least 15 and possibly 30 because that's in succession.
I thought the gain on the pass was at least to the 43-yard line. It appeared, as Tony said, they were going to mark it at the 41, and then I don't know why the Paris players got upset.
I don't either, but they've been mouthing lately. Well, they've been mouthing because they stopped us.
A matter of being upset. It's a matter of
they're taunting.
Yeah.
So both flags must have been for the same. I thought they had two. So that's going to be a Hooten Hardware first down finally.
That's number one, first unsportsmanlike.
Number one was Brendan Shores. Unsportsmanlike there, so let's see if that stops a little bit. I don't blame them. They've been stopping us, but that's still, they called us early in the game. So if you're gonna open it up, get it.
That could get the Wildcats going. First down at the Paris 44-yard line. Mason Cooper hands off to Jackson Hare. Hare with a hole over the right side. Cuts it back, and somebody caught him by the back of the jersey, or he might have been
number
gone.
11. He's their big-time middle linebacker, and if he doesn't have him, Jackson scores, I think.
9 yards on the gain by Jackson Hare, yeah.
So that's now our offense is kicking a little bit. Let's see if we can take it on in. This is the time to get behind that vaunted line.
Right. Big Vincent Johnson, the left tackle.
They gave us a Hooten Hardware first down. They're trying to get the chains to move. We've had problems with chains today.
They really have.
People don't realize from an officiating standpoint how big of they're part of that crew, just like the clock operator. Got to work in tandem.
Hand off again to Jackson Hare. Hare over the right side again, cutting back and keeping those legs churning. He's down to about the 25-yard line.
Now we're going right there. Let that line eat. Let's push these boys back.
And that's close to another first down. Now again, they're slow moving the chains over there, Tony.
Now I think Paris had to call a timeout because they were fixing to get too many people on. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, they got 12. So they were trying to get a big boy off and had to call a timeout.
So I believe it is 2nd and 1. But I tell you that, right?
Yeah, it's second.
They're
trying to move again.
That first down marker, or the down marker and the chains have had a lot of confusion for some reason tonight.
So instead of 2nd a foot, now they're saying it's 1st and 10, moving chains, but they hadn't moved the box.
Okay, there it goes. It will be 1st and 10 at the 25. Okay.
But Paris had to spend a timeout. That could be huge in a tied ball game because they were fixing to get penalized for substitution rules, 12 on the field.
So a couple of big runs by the senior Jackson Hare getting the Wildcats going here.
Yep.
And maybe that taunting penalty is what actually did get them going.
It can well, if you don't get fired up over it, something's wrong.
So 1st and 10, Sulphur Springs at the Paris 25. Hand off Jackson Hare. Big hole up the middle. Hare.
He just keeps
into the secondary,
about
down
6
to about the 19-yard line.
18. Yep, got to the 18, 2nd and 6. He's running hard. We haven't seen any of Dobson Martin. I don't know if he's over on the sideline. I don't know if he's got something or if they're just sticking with Jackson at the moment.
2nd and 4 for the Wildcats.
Fixing to go under 10 minutes till the ball game, so it's very important to get Paris looking up at the scoreboard.
Paris leading 21-17. Snap to Mason Cooper fakes the
There we
handoff to
go.
Jackson Hare for Jamori and Jeffrey, and cannot hold on to it at the goal line.
Just barely underthrown, and the linebacker was able to knock it out of his hands. I thought we had it, but just a hair short. Good play call. Now it's 3rd down and 4, so we're in 4-down territory for absolute. But that could have been huge.
I'm sorry, that was Quinn Harris who nearly made the catch at the goal line.
Yep, it was Quinn, and he had about 3 yards on him and had to slow up and let the receiver run into us. Can't afford anything negative here. We got to go positive.
Huge 3rd and 4. Handoff Jackson Hare up the middle, and tough going there. He will be short of a first down as he gets
3.
maybe to the 17.
Yep. 4th and 3, and I'm sure, let's see. Yeah, they're going in with the meat. And I tell you what, this hasn't been a sure thing. Parish line, they've got a couple of boys that have spent a lot of time at the table.
Senior linebacker Chris Garcia made the stop. This is huge for Sulphur Springs, 3rd and 3.
Wildcat with Jackson Hare. We're fixing to go south.
From the 17-yard line, they bring the blocking backs in here. And it'll be Jackson Hare from the Wildcat. Snap to Hare. Hare going right. And
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He will score standing up for Sulphur Springs.
There you go. Tell him we're going there.
Jackson Hare over the right side. Direct snap. Good blocking.
Hooten Hardware first down.
17-yard touchdown run by Jackson Hare, his 3rd of the night. And Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op says, way to go, Wildcats.
That was huge. 8:51 left, and now we should be up 3 after this Rodriguez try. I sure am getting nervous about number 2 on this corner, though. He's awful quick.
Here's the extra point attempt by Eric Rodriguez. And the kick on the way to the south goal post, and it is good. And the Wildcats lead it 24-21, 8:51 to go in the ball game. This is Wildcats football on KSST. For the Wildcats, that is a 61-yard drive in 6 plays.
And the most important player on that entire drive was number 1 for Parrish, Brendan Shores, getting a taunting call and adding 15 yards to us at a critical time.
Right.
Because I think that kind of woke us up a little bit. We've been a little bit of a zombie. So now everybody's got to stay with it. There's 8:51 left, and we think Parrish is going to lay down and die. We're crazy.
And Tony, that drive was pretty much all Jackson Hare.
Yes.
For Sulphur Springs.
Absolutely. 17-yard
touchdown run out of the Wildcat, which we have seen with him tonight for the first time with Deuce Timmons out.
Not a bad option.
I love it. I think it's great. I'd like to see him throw off of it.
Yeah, I do. I think I'd love to see it.
Here's the kickoff by Rodriguez. And it will be picked up on the ground at the 12, returned up the middle of the field, now breaking to the outside, and return will be out to about the 23-yard line or thereabouts.
So let's see if a big defense can get up there and hold a 3 and out again. This would really let us try to set the tone if we could get a 3 and out and get some kind of points on another possession.
That was Mark Helrick Finch who had the touchdown and also an interception in the first half there on that kickoff
He's
return.
everywhere, and I got a feeling he's going to be a pain on this, although he's not in there right now. I don't know.
He plays on defense as well, which is why he made the interception, of course.
Yeah, but he can't score from the sideline, so I like every play they have with him on the sideline is a good one for me.
Tyler Heath in the shotgun has a man in motion from right to left. Heath pumps, throws deep, has a man out there, caught at the 40-yard line. One man to beat, and he will be brought down from behind.
Wisenhunt was looking to see if he could strip it, but I tell you what, that quarterback can throw the deep ball. He's hit every deep ball dead in stride. I could see that one coming before he got to midfield.
That's Fabian Brown on the catch for Paris, all the way to the Wildcat 12-yard line.
So if it's not hit Wisenhunt, they score.
Right, the fastest man on the team, fastest man just about in Texas. Snap to Tyler Heath. Handoff
There we
to
go.
Baugh, and again, just nothing there for Baugh.
Alex King and Truth Holmes. Now let's see, he's getting a little chippy. Number 5 getting up, took a little offense to it.
Hit first by Blaine Allen.
Blaine Allen got a piece of that tackle.
2nd and 10, that's a good play there. Trips at the top. Twins down below, empty backfield.
That pass play, by the way, good for 62 yards a moment ago.
We're lucky it wasn't for the house.
This is 2nd down and 10. Again, an empty backfield, as Tony told you. Snap to Tyler Heath. Heath rolling out to his right. Now feeling the pressure, coming back the other way. He will run it, and he crosses the line of scrimmage, and he will score. We told you he's a great scrambler, and we saw it there. You get the open field for him, and he is dangerous.
So we've got us a barn burner with 7:26 left in the 4th quarter.
12-yard touchdown run by the quarterback Tyler Heath. And they spread that field. I think they're happy for him to run it.
Yeah, and he went back against the grain, and it just opened up. So good for them. That's what they're supposed to do. So now it's our turn to answer.
James Mitchell, a left-footed kicker, to attempt the extra point here. And the kick down, or the snap is down, and the kick is good.
Tell you what, if our guys up the middle would get a push and get those hands up, he kicks the ball low.
27-24, Paris with 7:26 to go. Time is getting short. Wildcats will have the ball when we come back after this on KSST. That drive for Paris is 72 yards in 3 plays. They had the 62-yard gain on a pass down the middle to Fabian Brown. And then the scrambling 12-yard touchdown run by the quarterback, Tyler Heath.
Okay, we got Dobson Martin and Jackson Hare again. They've flip-flopped this time. Jackson's on the far side. They normally are the other way around. We need a good return here.
James Mitchell has it teed up at the 40. Here's the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff. And it will be taken by Dobson Martin at the 15-yard line. Martin up the center of the field, 30, 35, 40.
There we go.
And a nice return there by Dobson Martin.
Nice. That's a classic Dobson Martin. He just was going to go as far as he could and got to the 42 starting. So great field position to start this drive now. Wildcats just need to continue what they did the last drive.
Would you be tempted here to just go with Jackson Hare in the Wildcat from the start?
No, not this early. I want them to have to play head up. If you put Jackson back there, it lets them get the entire defense in the box.
Yeah, they know where he's.
I want them spread. I'd like to see more than one on each side here. We're going to run, though. We're telling them.
Snap to Mason Cooper. He fakes it. No, this is a direct snap to Jackson Hare.
Yep.
And Hare faked a handoff, Tony.
Yep, you were the soothsayer, so that's good. They started it out. I wouldn't do it this early, but so if you're going to put him in the Wildcat, then go ahead and spread those two. That takes at least 2 defenders out. But
Hare off tackle to the Paris 42-yard line. That's a gain of 16 yards. Now I think Mason was in the game, was he not?
I don't know. He's in now, but if he was as a back, but I don't think he. I actually don't think he was.
I thought they had Mason Cooper in the game and then direct snap. Now we have a penalty.
Maybe that's another 15-yarder. Let's see if they're self-destructing. Yeah, it's 15 for something. I didn't hear what. So here we go.
Either unsportsmanlike conduct or taunting or perhaps a personal foul.
One or the other, but it's at the 27-yard line, 1st and 10. Hooten Hardware first down. I think we're going to give it to them twice because we got one on the play and then another one on the penalty.
First down at the Paris 27-yard line. Wildcats trailing 28-24, 6:54 to go in the ball game. Mason Cooper takes the snap. runs the option to the right side. Pitch back for Jackson Hare. Hare lowers his shoulder, runs over a man down to the 20-yard line, goes Jackson Hare.
And he said, I'm taking your spot, is what he said to number 8, it looks like, at cornerback, and he just rolled him over. That's Marquise Shelton.
Yeah.
He's not feeling quite as good as he did before that play.
So 2nd down and 3.
7-yarder.
From the 20.
7-yarder, and he had contact at about 2 or 3. He just, whatever length that boy was, he went over him.
Mason Cooper at the quarterback, the senior.
We're stacking the block.
They snap it to Jackson Hare.
Yep.
And Hare
got a first down.
Takes a step to his right, then cuts it back, works his way behind his blockers down close to the 15-yard line, make it the 60.
Hooten Hardware first down.
So they are lining up there with Mason Cooper at quarterback, but Jackson Hare, standing just to his left or right, is able to take a direct snap.
Okay.
I like that.
Pretty creative. But we're putting 9 in the box, and we're basically telling Parrish we're going toward that end zone right up the middle behind this line. And this is a quiet, we've bragged on them for 3 or 4 years now. This is the time to take charge. 5:35 and the clock's running.
This is first down. And to give again to Jackson Hare, the Wildcats are just riding his back right now. And this time a short gain, if any.
2 or 3. 2, I think.
I guess 2 yards, to the 14.
He's going to sleep well tonight.
Again, linebacker Chris Garcia with the tackle for the Wildcats. Yeah.
He is a player.
5:06 to go and the clock is rolling. Sulphur Springs trailing Paris 28-24.
I would hate to break the chain, but I guarantee you if we faked one and threw it over the middle, we'd score because they've got nobody there.
This is 2nd and 8.
You got Carpenter and Harris that both could cut over the middle.
Mason Cooper changing the play. This is the option. And they get it to Hare going wide to the left. And Hare inside the 10, steps out just short of the forward stick.
It'll be about 3rd and 2. Great job. And I'm here to tell you, Mr. Cooper on that option play has really sucked the guys in, and he's close to where they can actually tip that ball and get it. I think we're putting the meat in there now, and we'll probably see the Wildcat here from here on in. Jackson's back there by himself.
Right.
We got 10 in the box.
This is 3rd and 2 at the 8-yard line. Snap to Hare. He's reading his blockers, going to his left. And Hare
he's got
working
the
his way
Hardware first down for sure.
Working his way down to about the 5, maybe the 4.
Yep. I think he's got the 4 and 4:30 left in the ball game. Clock's fixing to run, and I look for Jackson Hare and the Wildcat to be there for 4 more downs if it takes that long to score. Here comes big number 64 in there, Keegan Edwards as an extra blocker.
Matthew Jeter is in as an extra blocker or blocking back, H-back. Quinn Harris. Jackson Hare will take the snap here. Snap to Hare. Working to his left. He got Quinn Harris in front of him. Hare at the goal line, at the pylon, touchdown.
He's in. Good job. They were expecting him to go straight up, and he took it outside, gave him a shake, and go.
Good block.
4:09 left in the game. Now it's 30-28 with the all-important extra point coming up.
Good block by Quinn Harris, leading the way. And the Wildcats
we got something.
Take the lead again. What do we have here?
After the touchdown, dead ball, personal foul is the offense number 0.
That's Quinn.
Okay, so Quinn Harris did something physical. So that's going to take the extra point, 15 back, and that could become critical.
Penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
Oh, they're going to take. Well, that's okay. Thank you for that, because they get the choice, and I would think they'd want it right here and see if they might could get it where a field goal wins the ball game.
So that is the choice of the defense to either take it on the extra point.
Whoever the offended team can take it either place, and I think they may. I'm thanking them for this. Because 3 points now instead of 2 points and taking it 15 yards back.
Eric Rodriguez will take the attempt here for Sulphur Springs. Matthew Jeter will snap. Mason Cooper will hold. 30-28 Sulphur Springs. Ball down, kick on the way by Rodriguez, and it is good. He is perfect this season on his extra points.
I don't think that 15 would make a difference, but he'd think about it.
31-28. Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op says, way to go Wildcats for that 4-yard touchdown run by Jackson Hare, his fourth of the night.
Hooten Hardware first down, just as long as the same line.
Wildcats football continues after this on KSST. 58-yard drive for Sulphur Springs in 7 plays. Virtually all Jackson Hare.
Now here's the signal from the umpire for the personal foul at the 40, so we're going to kick off from the 25, and now it's going to work in Parrish's favor. I still think I would have made him kick from 15 more to try to get it to 3 points, but that's why I'm up here and not over on their sideline.
Hare has runs of 1 yard, 7 yards.
15-yard penalty is assessed for unsportsmanlike.
17 yards and 4 yards for touchdowns tonight.
Well, I hope that's enough. 4 minutes, we got to really dig in with this defense. We need a big kick and not a good return. Maybe he can kick a bouncer to them. They haven't been fielding the ball very well.
One return man, the deep return man, standing at the 25-yard line. And he will take it from the 25. To the 35, 40, he'll cross the 50. There he goes down the sideline. And he is caught from behind deep inside Sulphur Springs territory around the 16-yard line.
So he looks like a genius there for kicking it that way, and that was once again Creed Wisnut that chased him down. Otherwise, that's a score. So it looks like it's going to be at the 16 going in right now with 3:58. This is something else. Whoever ends up on the short end of this one is going to feel really bad.
1st and 10, Paris.
So this is right about the same place that they scored from on that last play. So I look for them to spread it out and give that quarterback an option.
That's a 59-yard kickoff return there for Paris. First down at the Wildcat 16-yard line. Sulphur Springs leading 31-28. And
tipped and incomplete on that one.
Incomplete, the pass from Tyler Heath.
Second down and 10.
We need a tip ball and a pick right here.
3:53 to go. Sulphur Springs leading 31-28. The Wildcats led midway through the second quarter 17-0 in this ball game.
Finch is top right. He's been the killer so far, so we better really pay attention to him. Gio's on him man-to-man right now.
2 men wide left, 2 men wide right. Paris moving from right to left. That's the north end zone at Gerald Prim Stadium. Running back to the right of Tyler Heath. Heath in the pocket, moving up, passing.
Incomplete.
And throwing over the middle, but not connecting there with the intended receiver.
I was afraid we had jumped off sides, but there wasn't any flag. So now, 3rd and 10, Paris may need to just think about getting some yards to get where they can get a first down, although field goal ties it. 3:47 left, 3rd and 10.
That was Keyshawn Roberts. I think it was Keyshawn Roberts on the kickoff return a moment ago, but I'm not absolutely certain of that.
Finch is in the slot here this time.
3rd and 10, huge play from the 16-yard line. Snap to Heath. Heath backpedaling, looking over the middle, throwing into the end zone, has a man, caught, touchdown.
Our defender, number 12, James Johnson, got his feet tangled up and he fell, and the receiver made an outstanding catch. He high-pointed and brought it down.
Jacabrian record with the catch.
So we're going to have 3 minutes and 38 seconds to go back and have a game-winning touchdown. I think we got just enough to do that.
Second touchdown reception of the night for record. He had a 38-yard touchdown catch in the first half. James Mitchell, the extra point. And the kick up and good. And Paris regains the lead. 34-31.
What an entertaining football game tonight, although we're on the short end right now. I've got every confidence we can come down and win this, but everybody in this stadium has been on the edge of their seat.
Wildcat football continues after this on KSST. I may have said 34-31 a moment ago. 35-31, Tony. So Wildcats need a touchdown.
Yeah, we got to have a touchdown. We've been on the short end of that 4 points.
59-yard kickoff return gave Paris the ball at the 16-yard line. That was a third down play. Tyler Heath, the quarterback, scrambling, found Jacabrian Record open about midway into the end zone for the 13-yard touchdown pass.
Kind of threw it. He rolled right and threw it back across the grain, which you're taught not to do that, but it was safe the way it was. Nobody else could have caught it.
He's a good-looking quarterback.
Yes, he is. We need a good return here.
Kickoff by Mitchell, taken at the 10-yard line. And this is Dobson Martin.
There he goes.
Dobson Martin at the 50.
There's what we needed. Just like
great
that.
Return of 43 yards by Dobson Martin for Sulphur Springs down the near sideline.
That's what we needed right there. That's 2 consecutive big-time runs by Dobson Martin.
On kickoff returns. So now the offense is poised, 3 minutes and 30 seconds. One thing you got to look at now is you need to move that clock too, the way Paris has been able to score quickly. We need to score, but score late. Right. Can't be too picky.
We need to score first, but hopefully score late.
35-31 Paris, 3:30 to go in the ball game. On first down, they give it to Jackson Hare, and Hare breaking tackles, still on his feet, and is all the way inside the 20-yard line down to about the 18-yard line.
We nearly scored now.
What a run by Jackson Hare.
Yeah, but he stayed in bounds too. So the
off right tackle.
We got a flag. Nobody's moving the chains. Going to have something.
See a flag back at the 45-yard
29-yard gain there by Jackson.
45-yard line, the line of scrimmage. So unless it's offsides, it's not going to be good.
I still don't see the flag.
It's right in front of the coaches. Face mask, half the distance. All right, there we go.
Face mask penalty against Paris will move the ball inside the 10-yard line.
7.5-yard line, first and goal. Hooten Hardware first down 2 times.
Wow.
Now we need to just run the football and get that clock running. I don't want to score with 3 minutes left. We've got to get ahead of them, but.
So Sulphur Springs first and goal at the 7, 3:20 to go. Paris leading 35-31.
Now roll the clock. There it went. And we've got to snap the ball with about 2 seconds left on the clock. This is where Mason Cooper's got to understand how to run the clock. If we snap it anything before 3, we're cheating ourselves.
47-yard kickoff return on the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff by Dobson Martin. Got this drive going. And play clock to 2 to 1.
We're call timeout.
We'll take a timeout.
I was getting real nervous.
Yeah.
So each team's got 2 timeouts left.
Right. I just clicked it down to 2 for Sulphur Springs. 35-31. What a wild second half this has been.
Plus a 2-minute warning, too. So this is really going to be hard. We're not going to be able to run the clock out. We're just going to have to score.
Teams have scored on their last 4 possessions in this game. 2 for each team.
I'm not so sure if we score this time. If we score this time, we might go for 2 to force them to score because they haven't had to kick yet. It'd be kind of odd, but I'd think about it.
A touchdown and the extra point would make it 38-35. The two-point conversion would make it 39-35.
Yeah, that would force them to get a touchdown instead of being able to get down there and tie the game, go into overtime with
a field goal. A field goal could win it then.
Yep, if we didn't make it.
Yeah.
that's the difference. So you got both Jackson and quarterback. It's to Jackson.
First and goal from the 8. Jackson Hare working his way behind his blockers down to about the 4-yard line.
Hare makes the snap and gets inside the 5. There is a flag.
I was fixing to say who's stopping the clock, but there's a flag. They're going to call a hold.
Face mask on Paris again.
Good.
What's going on there?
I don't have a clue, but that's going to take it to about the 3.5 or the 4.
Well, now Hare got to the 4, so this will move it to the 2.
Okay, the 2. Hooten Hardware first down.
Man, you'd like to be able to run some clock here, but
well, we can run 25 out of it.
Mercy.
With it being first down, I go straight ahead in case they stop us and just don't let anything go long.
Again, you've got Matthew Jeter and Quinn Harris in there as blocking backs.
I think we got a Paris timeout maybe.
We haven't seen, I don't think, Truth Holmes in there in that heavy backfield setup for Sulphur Springs yet. So Paris takes a timeout, 35-31. Paris leads. This is Wildcats football on KSST. Wildcats football on KSST. What a game here between these two old rivals, Sulphur Springs and Paris. Have been playing each other since 1924. Paris leads that series 49 wins to 35 wins with 5 ties. But the Wildcats have won the last 3, and who's going to win tonight?
Well, this is a huge seeding game for playoffs too, because the smart money is on Salina, Panther Creek, Paris, and Sulphur Springs being the 4. So I'm going straight up the middle again in case I don't score. I'm going to use 25 more seconds or make Paris use their last time out.
Jackson Hare in the Wildcat. Matthew Jeter and Quinn Harris as blockers just in front of him behind the guards. First and goal from the 2. Hare takes the snap. Going to his left has, again, Quinn Harris leading the way, and Hare swarmed and brought down for a loss back at about the 5-yard line.
About the 4, they're going to give him progress, between the 3 and the 4, and that's going to force Paris to use their last time out to save the clock. So far, that's good. That's going to be second and goal from about the 3.5 to 4-yard line. I feel good about that. Got 3 plays to score.
Paris leading 35-31. This is Wildcats football on KSST. This is second down and goal for Sulphur Springs from the Paris 4-yard line. Wildcats trailing 35-31, 2:36 to go in the ballgame. Jackson Hare at the Wildcat. And Tony, they have been using that very much in the same way they typically would use Deuce Timmons if he was not injured.
So I'd go straight ahead. They've gone outside a couple, but you sometimes get the ball stripped on you when you're going sideways. Straight up the gut.
Snap to Jackson Hare, picking his way, working his way down to the 2-yard line where it will be third down.
I thought I saw a flag fly in and they stopped the clock. So we're going to have to see what's going on here. I guess we couldn't get another face mask. Afraid this might be a hold.
Good heavens.
Oh, Lord, that's 3 face masks in one series
on this drive.
So here's what that does. That puts it at the 1, but also gives us 4 downs with 2:30. You could almost intentionally not score for the first play, just get up there and fall down. Now the clock is running, so we're going to run 25.
What is going on with 3 face masks?
Plus,
that's almost got to be deliberate, Tony.
And you got to be looking at it. You got a 7-man crew, but if I've got somebody doing that, I'm going to look.
Mercy. And that is so strange.
That's going to be interesting. I'll have to talk to Chad about that over the weekend. Wildcats call one of their 2 remaining timeouts at 2:03.
So this is first and goal at the 1 yard line. 2:03 left to go in this game. Sulphur Springs trailing 35-31. But should have 4 attempts here from the 2 yard line.
Correction. Sulphur Springs has 1 timeout remaining.
Public address announcer here, Kevin Woolley, just announced that the Wildcats have 1 timeout left, and Paris has no timeout. So if the Wildcats do score here and leave any time on the clock, and there's a pretty good chance of that, then Paris will have no timeouts. The Wildcats jumped out to a 17-0 lead in this game. Paris came roaring back in the second quarter. Had the lead at the half, 21-17, and it has been back and forth here in the second half, especially in the fourth quarter. So here we go. First down and goal from the 1 yard line. Jackson Hare takes the snap. Hare hit hard as he crashed into the left side of the line. Peter Medlock, defensive lineman, in there as a blocking back on that play. So it'll be second down, and let's see where they mark the ball. Hare, I think, got back to the line of scrimmage, but they definitely were ready for him.
2-minute timeout. Forgot about that.
Right.
1-5-6.
So it looks like it's going to be on the 1 yard line. You know, Paris, in all honesty, might ought to let us score.
Right.
Where they've got 2 minutes. They've got to think about that too. I bet you that's what they're thinking on this right here. They're going to say they're going to do that, take their chances on our defense the way they've been picking them apart. So it's a chess match.
Might the Wildcats say, well, if you see that they are laying down or not offering resistance, then you take a knee. Or
if you get back to the 1.
If you get back, right.
You could do that once. You could, if you did it any more than that, you're
right. You don't want to give up any yards.
Putting a thumb in their nose, and I wouldn't do that. I think I'd go ahead and score.
So again, they'll have Jackson Hare as the Wildcat back taking a direct snap. Peter Medlock, not Peter, but Jackson Medlock, the son of offensive coordinator Peter Medlock, is in there as a blocker. Snap to Hare. Hare going to his right and charging at the goal line. And he's across the goal with 1:51 showing on the clock, and the Wildcats regain the lead.
Hooten Hardware first down.
And Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op says, way to go Wildcats for that touchdown run by Jackson Hare, his 5th of the night.
Now the critical extra point that we take for granted. And then the Wildcat defense, they're fixing to come up with a pick.
So Eric Rodriguez now 32 of 32 on his extra points this season. And the kick is up, and it is good once more. Splits the uprights. So 38-35, Sulphur Springs with 1:51 to go. And this is Wildcats football on KSST. Wildcats go 45 yards in 7 plays. All Jackson Hare. Hare, the 1-yard touchdown run, but the drive was kick-started by Dobson Martin, that 47-yard kickoff return to the Paris 45-yard line.
Plus 3 face masks.
Oh, my gosh.
I got to find out about that next week. They weren't for much yardage, but they gave us extra downs and let us use a little bit more clock freely.
And what is going on with that? What can explain that?
I don't know. Now it looks like we're going to try to get them to fair catch it. We're going to have a pooch kick to this side. Let's see if we can make them fair catch it.
Jayhad Chevrolet kickoff, and Eric Rodriguez kicks it in a diagonal fashion toward this side. The fair catch taken at the 30-yard line.
I know a lot of times I complain about that pooch kick. They've had some returns here, so I like this one. No return. No, I wish they had some clock run off, but we got 1:51. Let's see what these Wildcat defenders are trying to get the crowd up, and the crowd's obliging right now. Paris band's going. This is high school football, folks.
Paris first down at their 30-yard line. A field goal would tie the game, Tony.
Yep.
We don't know much about James Mitchell, their place kicker. He's looked good on his extra points.
They've been low. I don't know the field goal is going to be that much. There's one to the sideline, caught.
Tyler Heath throws it out to the far side, and it is caught for close to a first down.
Yep, going to be about a yard short. With no timeouts, 1:44, they're going to have to go to the sidelines. Our job's going to be to see if we can tackle somebody, but we cannot take a fake and go on the out and up. That's what got us earlier.
Keyshawn Roberts made the catch, stepped out of bounds at the 39-yard line. 1 yard short of a first down. So 2nd and 1 for Paris. Tyler Heath, the junior quarterback, has a running back directly to his left, takes the snap, throwing down the middle.
Pick, there's a pick.
Picked off.
McCormick. I told you we were fixing to get one.
It's Alex McCormick.
Alex McCormick, the senior, with the play of his life right there. And the Wildcat bench is going crazy, and the fans too. 1:38 left in the ball game, and I think we can now take a knee 3 times, and that ball game is over. What a turnabout.
Alex McCormick, the senior linebacker, an interception in the middle of the field.
Yep.
Were they setting up a screen there, Tony?
Yeah, it was another one of those little bubbles inside, but we had a blitz on the left side that caused the quarterback to rush it just a little. He may have even been dumping it, but Alex made a diving catch.
Yeah.
What a turnaround at this ball game. So we're going to come in and we're going to see the victory formation, I hope, 3 times, because it's 1:38 and we get 40 seconds. We can do that. Snap it 3 times and down it.
38-35 Sulphur Springs. 1:38 to go in the game. The Wildcats have the ball at the Paris 45-yard line, and the snap, and immediately Mason Cooper goes to a knee at the 50.
There's the first one, 33 and counting, 42nd. We gained about 4 seconds on the 42nd, so now this one will get down to about 45, and we'll have to do it 2 more times.
What a game this has been.
This is automatic. This is so good, and this is huge for the rest of the season for the Wildcats.
Right. And again, the context of this is that Deuce Timmons, their terrific junior quarterback, suffered a serious injury last week to his ankle, not able to play tonight. And Mason Cooper, the senior quarterback who hasn't played all that much, has just done a sensational job, really, I think, for Sulphur Springs. A very solid job, let's say that. He takes the knee again.
We got to do it 1 more time. We can do it right now and let the clock go. There's no way Paris can stop it. Ball game is over. What a fantastic ball game. Take away that second quarter where the offense just kind of laid an egg. This has been a great football game. Paris is going to really hurt going home, and I feel for them.
And what a performance tonight by Jackson Hare. There's the snap, and Mason Cooper takes a knee 1 more time, and we're now down to 10 seconds, and that'll do it.
You got to give Mason Cooper a big kudos, too.
Oh, man,
he had a great first quarter, and he held his composure. So just a great football game. Now they're lining up, fixing to go across and shake hands. And again, this is what it's all about.
About as good a high school football game as you will see. And Sulphur Springs wins it 38-35 over their old rivals, the Paris Wildcats. Wildcats now what? 6-1.
6-1
for the season. 2-1 in district play.
Yep.
Paris will go to 5-3 and will fall to 2-2 in district play. And as you said, this gives the Wildcats a leg up on Paris for at least third place in the district.
Correct.
And if the Wildcats, of course, can beat Panther Creek in the final week of the season, they could still take second place in the district. And that does matter with who you are assigned to play them once you get into the playoffs. So we'll come back and recap this thing as best we can when Wildcat football continues after this on KSST. Wildcats, cheerleaders, Blue Blazes all lined up along the west sideline at Gerald Prim Stadium, and all enjoying the Wildcat fight song there after a 38-35 win over the Parish Wildcats. And Tony, Wildcats had them all the way.
Yeah, say that
Never
again with feeling. I tell you what, I felt good at the end of the first quarter. Didn't know if we had it in us at halftime. What a second half for both teams. This was just an entertaining football. It's so much easier now that we came out on top. We could be sitting here with a 4-point loss right now and still feeling good about our performance and all of that. But this is just wonderful.
I think I said at one point late there that Paris had taken the lead at halftime. That was not correct. They were behind still 17-14, but it kind of felt like
because they had dominated us in the second quarter.
Well, let's recap this just as best we can. We'll do it as briefly as we can. Wildcats take the opening kickoff, and that was an impressive thing, Tony, the way they started the game.
Yes.
They go 84 yards in 11 plays. Jackson Hare, the first of his touchdowns, I think it's 5. We'll have to count them up as we go along.
Yeah, it was. He got that last one. It was.
1-yard touchdown run to make it 7-0, and then Hare scored on a 7-yard run to make it 14-0 with 4 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Wildcats then had a 58-yard drive and settled for a 20-yard field goal by Eric Rodriguez to make it 17-0 with 8:07 left to go in the second quarter. And that's where, Tony, I think the Wildcats lost the mojo a little bit at that point.
I think that if the Coach Faircloth would tell you right now, if he had that same to do, he'd go for it, because we had everything going. If we go in right there, then this ball game probably is over. Even as good as Paris ended up playing.
Yeah, and to make it 21-0 rather than 17-0. But it seemed to kind of take a little bit of the edge away from Sulphur Springs. Paris then comes back with a 72-yard drive in 8 plays. Jacavian Record. Am I saying his name right? Jacavian Record. Makes the catch, a 38-yard touchdown pass from Tyler Heath, the quarterback. And they had been, you remember, throwing the little bubble screens, and then they back off the bubble screen.
They just faked it once, and he just went on a fly.
And he was wide open.
Yeah.
And that made it 17-7. And then one of the big plays in the game, the interception by Markelrick Finch.
Yes.
And that gave them the ball at
about the 35-yard line. But
then there was a penalty against the Wildcats on the play, gave them the ball at the Sulphur Springs 49.
Yep.
They drive down, get the touchdown pass from Heath to Markelrick Finch. 6-yard touchdown pass in the back corner of the end zone. And with the extra point, it was 17-14 at halftime.
And that one interception, to me, is where we lost our composure.
Right.
So we recovered. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, not at all. I think you're right about that. That was a deep ball thrown by Mason Cooper.
Yes.
And I don't think it would have had as much of an effect if
without the penalty
had not been tacked onto it.
Adding 15 to it, sure.
Paris then comes back, and they get a touchdown pass on the first offensive possession of the game, of the second half, as they drove from their 12-yard line all the way for the touchdown. An 88-yard drive, touchdown pass by Tyler Heath to make it 21-17, and Paris led for the first time in the ball game with 7:25 left to go in the third quarter. And then we had a period there throughout the third quarter where the teams exchanged punts, Tony.
Yep. Third quarter was empty.
After that touchdown by Paris to start off the quarter.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
2 times Paris forced Sulphur Springs to punt. 2 times Sulphur Springs forced Paris to punt. Then the Wildcats get it let's see, at their own 39, and then there was a penalty that moved it up to the 44 following a punt. And they drive it then, what would that be, 61 yards in 6 plays. And Jackson Hare, a 17-yard touchdown run to put the Wildcats back out on top, 24-21. And that was late in the third quarter. Or was that that was early in? I'm sorry, that was early in the fourth quarter. 8:51 left to go in the fourth quarter. Yeah, wow, that last half of the fourth quarter was incredible.
It was.
Parrish comes back, and they go 77 yards. They get the 12-yard touchdown run on a scramble by Tyler Heath, the quarterback, to go up 28-24 with 7:46 left to go in the fourth quarter. Wildcats get the ball at the 42-yard line, and they drive 62 yards in 8 plays. Jackson Hare, a 4-yard touchdown run. Hare running out of the Wildcat. Extra point, Eric Rodriguez, good to make it 31-28. Parrish comes back. They get a long kickoff return, a 59-yard kickoff return to the Sulphur Springs 16. And then it was Jacabrian record with the 18-yard touchdown pass from Heath. That was the second touchdown reception of the night for record. And Parrish leads it 31-28 at that point. Man, this is hard to keep up with, isn't it? And the Wildcats then come back and drive from the Parrish 45-yard line following a 47-yard kickoff return by Dobson Martin, which Tony was one of the...
was fabulous.
Right. 35-31, Parrish led after the touchdown pass from Heath, the record, and then the kickoff return by Dobson Martin to the Parrish 45-yard line. Wildcats drive down in 7 plays. Jackson Hare, 1-yard touchdown run to make it 38-35. Wildcats with 1:51 to go. And then another huge play in the game. Alex McCormick comes up, the Wildcat linebacker, with an interception.
Absolutely.
On the next possession.
I told you during the timeout we was going to get
there. You sure
did.
He absolutely did. So in the last 8:51 of the game, and really a little bit more than that, you had 5 lead changes.
Yeah,
Tony.
This was awesome. This was such a good and exciting. Like I say, though, it's still very easy with us being on the winning side. But this was a fabulous ball game, and it gives us hope now for the rest of the season. Even with Deuce Timmons, give him time to rest, because we can play next week without any problem. And you don't say that very often and dare people to not. But if we were to go get beat next week, we need to hang up the rest of the season. Not going to happen.
Not going to happen.
Then we get Lake Dallas here.
Yep.
Hopefully we got enough confidence to give him the rest there. And then when we go to the Star in the Week 10 game or Week 11, then let's pull him back and let's get ready to roll.
Again, Deuce was in a boot this week, and it's unclear if he has maybe a hairline fracture or it's a high ankle sprain, but in any case, it is possible that he will return before the end of the season, and certainly if the Wildcats advance in the playoffs.
To me, it's easier if he's got a little bit of a hairline fracture than the sprain.
May very well be.
So hopefully whatever is the quickest, but now by winning this ball game, he should not be needed until the last game of the season. Right.
I think you're right. Yeah. And Brandon Fairclough said the play he went down on was somewhat similar to the infamous Joe Theismann play, where Theismann's leg was snapped in two, basically, by Lawrence Taylor. But obviously not anything like that in terms of the severity of the injury, but a similar type situation. So, as Tony was alluding to, it's Community next week, the Community Braves. They were behind 42-0 at halftime to Aubrey. So
I didn't even look it up, but I bet you they were as close as they're going to get.
So in all seriousness, there is absolutely no reason to think that the Wildcats might lose that game next week at Community. But and then the Wildcats come back, as Tony said, to play Lake Dallas here in 2 weeks. That conceivably could be a tough ball game. But now Lake Dallas had lost to Parrish earlier this season, so I think the Wildcats would be considered.
We're considered, and
the favorite.
We're in a couple of weeks of stay healthy mode.
Yep.
in my book, that's what we're after.
But the interesting thing here tonight was going to Jackson Hare in the Wildcat, and I wondered about that during the week, Tony, if they might do it. But I thought the way that Brandon Faircloth and his offensive coordinator Peter Medlock handled it was good. They most of the time they had Mason Cooper out there as the regular quarterback, but then when they got down on the goal line, then they would bring in Jackson for the.
But you called it early in the third quarter or whatever too, out down here in our own territory.
Yep.
They opened up with Jackson, and I didn't see it. I wasn't quick enough to see it, but you called it in the first time in the first timeout as well.
Well, what happened there was they still had Mason Cooper at quarterback, but Jackson Hare standing a step to his left or right.
They got to shoulder them basically is what it was, so they could snap it to either one.
Yep. So that was very interesting, but they went to that, of course, because of the injury to Deuce Timmons. So, Mercy, do you have any scores, or have we been too distracted?
Nothing changed from what it was in half. There's a bunch of big scores, so let me see right quick.
This was definitely the biggest game in the district tonight. The only game that really had much.
Cooper won big. Corsicana beat Greenville big. Pittsburgh won over North Lamar. Como lost big. Cumbie lost 29-28 to Clarksville, or where there's 8 minutes and 57 seconds, so there's still hope. Little Elm lost. Commerce won big. Winsboro won big. No surprises from what it was. No comebacks there.
Okay,
so
good.
You got the one game with Cumbie that's still up in the air.
Got it. All right, so Wildcat football brought to you by Alliance Bank, Saputo Dairy Foods, Christus Mother Francis Hospital, Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op, Farm Country, Copy Products, Hooten Hardware, BT Medical, City National Bank, Wesley House Assisted Living, J. Hodge Chevrolet, and the University Interscholastic League. Pregame is presented by Super Handy. Halftime is presented by Galleon Insurance, Hall Oil, and Super Handy. And the Wildcats with a 38-35 victory over the Paris Wildcats tonight after leading midway through the first half 17-0, but it turned out to be a wild and wacky game here at Gerald Prim Stadium tonight.
Before we leave, we need to find out what this group is. We got a group looks like middle school kids with trash sacks on both sides of this stadium, and they're working their tails off cleaning all this trash.
I wouldn't be surprised if they're not band kids, but
band or soccer or somebody like that. But we need to find out and give them their credit.
Yeah, we sure.
They're sure getting after it, and there's a bunch of them too, and they're having a good time doing it.
Well, yeah, sure, that would be fun. And typically we're among the last people out of the stadium here after we have a long discussion after the game, but it's worthwhile. So thanks to James Terry, our producer in the KSST studio tonight, Matt Jensen, our technical director and video producer, and you can see this one again on Channel 18 and on YouTube, KSST's YouTube channel, and obviously thanks to our wise man, Tony Flippin, tonight. 38-35. I have to look back again to remind myself of what the final score was. 38-35. The Wildcats win it next week at Nevada Community for our next ball game. So we say goodnight from Gerald Prim Stadium. This is John Mark Dempsey. This is KSST.